Hello and welcome to Spurs Kings TV. It is Tuesday and we are back. It is time for Ashmatic Analysis. We've taken, 7 weeks off?
Is that it?
It's been a minute. It has been a minute.
I thought it would have taken a bit more.
Oh mate, it's been coming. But Spurs, as always, in and out of the news, being Spurs as they are.
Yeah, listen, I was happy to take a longer break. I'll be real. I was enjoying my time off. Certain times I'm going to bed early. Like,
Tuesday was calm, innit? Tuesday was calm. It's like, okay, yeah.
Tuesday
Up
was
the next day.
different, man. I was like, oh yeah, this is how I used to feel when I used to wake up in the morning. Jeez.
Yeah,
man.
fresh.
We're
Fresh.
back, baby. We back.
But we are back. We are back, and it is time for everything. So, last time we streamed, we were European champions.
Oh yeah, of course.
We were still, Andrew's still here.
Yeah, he was. A lot's happened, bro. A lot has gone on. Let's be real.
We had a parade. We had, a lot has happened.
Jeez.
But I think the big talking point for us, and because a lot of people probably ain't seen a lot of us unless you've seen us on Last Word on Spurs or seen us on Savers or you've seen us on other bits and pieces, don't know our opinions on Thomas. I'm going to call him Thomas the Tank Engine Frank, as expression said today in the presser.
Hey, he's going to be the new ITK, bro. We have to watch out for expressions now.
Watch out for him.
Top journal.
So Thomas Frank, what's his remit?
I think his remit at the moment is get us back into Europe. You know what I'm saying? Good cup run. That's what I think. But some fans, off the back of a Europa Cup win, they're going to want more love, more parades. I'm trying to say they want more open top buses. That's the standard, and we can't drop below it. So
have we got the fight back though? We saw that trophy parade, and everyone's like, you know what? I like this feeling.
Yeah, you know what? I hear it, but you know what? I could live off that for like maybe a couple seasons. I'll be real. I think next season I'm looking for a trophy. Do you get it? Like to get his trophy, because you know what it is. When Ange first came in, we have to remember and we have to be real. Was people saying trophy for Ange in his first season? No, you was not. You was not. You was not. Don't look up. There's nothing up there. Nothing up there for you. Yeah, we was not saying. And first season,
we all said Ange had to have a good cup run. A cup
yeah.
final.
Remember, that's why when everyone went mad when we got knocked out. The League Cup.
It was Fulham was the one, wasn't it?
Fulham was when people's heads were gone.
Yeah.
So Fulham, the League Cup, we won a good run for Frank. We won a good run in all competitions. We won a good run. Like Champions League, we can live off that. If you got a good run in Champions League, those fumes there, that's enough. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think people are going to lose their minds if we're like 10th, 9th. But I think already what's happening with Frank is this window. Let's talk about it, man. The window of opportunities becoming the window of depression, the door of no return. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like already you got the Frank side and then you've got the non-Frank side. And then you got some people in the middle. And I think the Frank side, the Thomas people, the tank engines, they're saying, raw, boom, he's not getting backed. Like, Ange came in and he got 5 first teamers straight off the back. Now, this guy's come in and we're pretty much in August. What? We're the 29th. Some people will be hearing this on the 30th or 30th. I don't know when they're going to listen to this. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen back. But I'm saying, look, boom, it's coming into August. And remember, I'm a Spurs fan. You're a Spurs fan. We're used to our club operating mad slow and just picking up the leftovers with what's left in the canteen. You know what I'm saying? We're getting the scraps out of the yard.
But a lot of people said we only needed a coach. We had a good enough squad. What's changed?
I hear that. They did say that. That is factual. But you have to kind of bake into the context that we finished 17th. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 17th is a mad drop-off, broski. It's a mad drop-off. I'll be real. Like, you know what it is? I think if expectations were like 10th, and then like I could kind of get it, but 17th, and then people are saying, "No, we need to be." Fans want 5th. I'm hearing them. They want 5th. They won Champions League again the next season straight away.
Is the squad good? Would you say the squad's good enough for fifth right now?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not good enough.
I said last year I was looking eighth or ninth. To be honest, I did say, I remember saying last year, just before Christmas, we'll be about 16th, 15th. Andrew would get the sack and would finish 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't halfway. If the cup run didn't happen,
yeah, he would have been gone.
He would have gone. Because you got to remember, we were still in the Carabao Cup and we just knocked out City.
And no one would have been mad. Marlon, sorry to cut you. No one would have been mad because we were poor that first half of the season. We were poor. And people were like, give them the cups, give them the cups. And then we got thump up twice. Liverpool, Villa, bap, 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 knocked us out. Da, da, da. Do you know what I mean? So it's that when people kind of lost the faith, in my opinion, and people kind of losing that patience. But there were a small minority that were like, hopeful and said, we're going to win the Europa. We're going to win the Europa. And they were passionate. They were diehard Ange fans. I don't even feel like this didn't even feel like Spurs fans anymore. It's like it was a separate thing on its own. Like, do you know what I mean? No,
it did. It got to a point where it was like Ange versus Tottenham. That's what it felt like.
Man was doing that. Like I was like, oh, this is crazy. But
so, do you know what? Just quickly on Ange before we move on to Frank, and I want us to answer this question from the Rat Show. Who was the biggest cult? Mourinho, Conte, or Ange?
Ange had the whole country on his back. Like
aliens
that come out of nowhere. That they just like we had like a new follower, new fan base. I don't even know if some of those followers are still there, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they went back to the land of Oz, but like we'll see in it as time goes on. Ange, for me, he had a different. You know what it is? Is because he had like a certain charisma about him. So when he spoke, remember at the start of it, he was like the media darling. They bigged him up, Gary Neville. They loved him. Even Jamie Carragher, before he turned on him, he was a fan as well. And
to be fair, everybody was a fan until they turned on him. I think if you look at last season, last season was the bit where everyone turned.
Yeah.
And it was probably after Ipswich at home where people started to go, this ain't working.
It was Ipswich. For me, it was Liverpool, but for a lot of fans, it was Ipswich because, like, you know what it is? I think he was like the only manager that I've seen in recent memory to come out and boastly, like, just come out and say, look, if you score 3, we'll score 4. Do you know what I'm saying? To me, that is crazy.
It was like, Davies.
That is, but that's what I'm saying. That's how far back you'd have to go. But in recent memory, like, that's unacceptable. Do you understand? In terms of, like, what do you mean let him free and that's okay? Huh? Would you? No, that's crazy to me. So I honestly think that him coming out with those type of statements didn't do him any harm. Like, didn't bode well. Do you know what I'm saying? When we're winning games, it's fine. Yeah. But like when you're losing games and yeah, it's just, and then also the way we started the second season compared to the first season, night and day, completely different. And we kind of dropped off the second half of the first season and it's continued on into the next season. And we weren't pressing the same. So, all the things we liked about the Ange ball wasn't like Ange balling anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to take this. That's a very good segment. So I want to take you back to Thomas Frank now.
Yeah.
Now, Thomas Frank this season. Now we like asked what his remit is. So is his remit going to be finish in the top 7? But would it be a concern if he had a bad start? Or does he have to have a bad start, good end? Or would it be concerning if he had a good start and a terrible end like Ange did in his first season?
I think basically the run how it is, a lot of fans will have a lot of eyes on these fixtures because they will expect us to win these games. But there's no easy games. You know the games you expect to win, you end up drawing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All the time it happens. Like you look at Burnley, that's 3 points. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're playing Wolves. Another 3 points. Do you know what I'm saying? City, we draw, or we normally beat them, so we're not really going to drop points. But in reality,
if on paper, the reality that Thomas Frank's got as a start is probably the dream start a Tottenham manager could have.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking at the fixtures.
Definitely.
Just looking at the fixtures and looking at the way it's panned out. However, looking at the way the friendlies have gone,
Yeah, so
Maybe,
we know.
maybe we need tougher teams to kind of get out of the way first because if you lose them,
Yeah.
there's less pressure on his back.
Yeah. You're right, but it's not. Reality is that we don't have that opportunity.
No, we don't
He's
have the
gonna go through
opportunity.
first. And you know what's funny? Like when he was at Brentford, because let's talk about it. When he was at Brentford,
Yeah,
he did well against the bigger teams. I think that's what got him noticed. If I'm being
yes, he
totally
did.
honest.
He set up in such a different way to the way Brentford would normally set up. Because if you watch Brentford, and even when he set up against us, he'd set up different to how he'd set up against, say, a Norwich or a Leeds or even a Burnley. He'd set up so different. And
And this
even
is it.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say this is it. I think the question mark really is how does he fare against the lesser sides, the teams that are like mids, you know what I mean, in and around 10th,
Yeah.
ninth. Like when we go to play Brentford, we had a spotless record against them. Like we beat them 4 times, innit?
have you seen the video between Ange and Thomas Frank, the AI version, where he goes, "I beat you 4 times. I never lost to you. I have a better win percentage. What have you got over Daniel Levy?" I don't
I've
have.
seen that. I've seen
Absolutely brilliant.
that. I've seen that. But yeah, that's the question mark, isn't it? When he comes against those type of teams. And also in-game management, we don't know how that looks. I'm interested to dive into that.
That's this because I look at both. I look at all three friendlies, and look, the first friendly, I can't. You have to take it with a pinch of salt. Let's take Reading for talking purposes. He had to make them subs. He had no choice. He made them subs. Was the reason why the game changed. But then he's had two friendlies at the weekend where he couldn't necessarily make the changes because he had one squad playing in the morning and one squad playing in the afternoon.
Mm,
Let me ask you this question quickly.
mm.
You know the first teamers that played in that first game,
Yeah,
apart from Ben Davies and probably Son, but the
yeah,
rest of them, there was Porro, Romero. Did you
yeah.
look at that team and go, you're the players
Good
that
question.
Thomas Frank believes that he doesn't need to look at because those are the players that will be his main stars. The ones that played against Luton was the ones he needed more time to look at and to see where they're going to fit in his system. And that included Kudus because he knew he didn't have Solanke.
You know what? The actual lineup threw me completely. I'm not gonna
Threw
lie
me
to you.
completely, yeah, because I thought Romero would play the afternoon,
Same.
and,
I
but
looked
he
at
didn't.
Luton
He
and I
played,
thought, yeah, he's gonna be there.
yeah. I thought Porro would play. I thought Spence would
Yeah,
play,
same.
but he didn't. But he played Porro. So this is why I'm looking at it going, did we see anything in Thomas Frank's mind that these are the players I don't need to look at because I already have an established
Yeah.
outcome about them and I know where they're going to fit in. Where the others, and that includes Van der Ven, because Van der Ven's not going to be playing that high line. If we look at what happened in both games, he's not going to be playing that high line. Do
I
I need to see him in a defensive situation?
mm.
Especially if he's good, especially if he looks at Romero's not defensive, his injury record. Does he need to get a partnership with Danso?
I don't know, like this whole Highline thing. I thought Brentford did play with Highline, and when we did play both teams, the smaller teams, we were a lot more aggressive. Do you
Yeah,
understand? I thought we were more front footed. We were pressing aggressively, and yes, Mikey Van der Ven didn't have to do those crazy runs, but I still thought like the problem was for me, like just watching the game quickly. If I do a quick analysis on it, just a quick one, I just thought playing out from the back, Danso and Van der Ven and Spence were making a whole heap of mistakes. Do you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Which were causing us all sorts of problems.
Can
Right,
I
in
just
phase
answer this
one and
quickly
phase
from
two.
Josh? Yeah,
Yeah,
can I answer this quickly from
go
Josh?
on.
So, for me, the players I was talking about, so some of the players are the ones he didn't need to look at, and the others are the ones he's thinking are going to leave. He doesn't need to. So that's why I said he doesn't need to look at because Richarlison, Odebear,
Mm.
Odebear will stay, but with Richarlison, Davis, and Son, I put in as a leaving. So he didn't want to look at them. He
But he
left them
likes
there.
Richarlison apparently, and he likes Basuma. Do you not hear that? I heard he likes Basuma, and it's interesting because I'm like, raw. You know, like there's going to be a narrative is if things don't go well,
Yeah,
as it always does, is Frank a yes man? Because is he agreeing to the signings that he's getting? Because if it's a case where he thinks he can get a tune out of Basuma, but then the club are saying, nah, you're not having Basuma, we're selling him no matter what. Who should be pulling rank? Do you understand? Should it be
Do you-
Langer that's pulling rank to say, rah, I'm the man, I brought you in here. I'm picking the players, you just coach them? Or is it a thing where like Thomas Frank needs to talk up and fight for the players? And then does that go against what fans want? Like fans want Basuma gone, but Frank might rate him. Do you understand? So then now it's a conflict of interest.
Do you think there's an interest because if people want the Basuma from Brighton, is this would it be that Thomas Frank could probably get that out of him because of the style of play?
Yeah, do you know what? You've got a point because Basuma, he played in a number of systems, number one. So it wasn't just that he played in a double pivot. Because I checked back, I said, "Raw, you know what?
Yeah,
I need to check."
Because you have to remember they had Caicedo at the time as well. So
Yeah, Caicedo, but you know
would
what?
come in the mix.
You know who I saw him play with a double pivot with? And it wasn't even a defensive player. It was Lallana. I was shocked.
Yes.
He played with Lallana. He
Yeah.
played in a 4-2-3-1. He's played in a 4-3-3 under I forgot his name now, the Brighton manager. Ex-Brighton manager, who plays at West Ham now.
Potter.
Yeah, Potter.
Potter.
He played in a 4-4-2.
Thanks for kudos, by the way.
He played in the back. He played with a back three. He's played mad formations. Basuma's played on bare mad formations. If you go check it, go on SofaScore, people, every man in the chat, and just check all of the like different formations and different. He played with Gross and McAllister either side of him.
So this is the question with Basuma, because when you look at his time at Brighton, and maybe this is where we haven't seen the best of him, he's actually always had a kind of defensive partner next to him, or he's been in a game where he doesn't need to do defending. That's why he's had Lallana next to him, and not the case of Gross used to sit, Caicedo used to sit. So the players he's always played with, and maybe
even
that highlighted.
Impremu, is it Impremu? Is that guy's name?
Yeah,
remember
it? Belgian, innit? Was he Belgian? No, he wasn't Belgian.
The black brother, anyway. You know what I'm about him.
Yeah.
He used to play along with him as well. He was mad defensive.
Yeah. So maybe that's where Paulinho was to come in, or to Galileo. But maybe if we were to bring in a DM, maybe this is where it would unlock this, well, especially Bentancur.
Yeah. No, it's true, bro. It's fact, bro. I just would like to see. You know what? We'll see in it as it goes on, because we did see Basuma, to be fair, in Europa in a double pivot with Bentancur in it. He was playing alongside him, so it's not like we've seen him. But in those games, he played well. I thought he played better in Europe when he had someone next to him. Do you know what I mean? It's when he went back to the
everyone said his best performances were always in Europe last year.
Yeah, it's when he went back to Premier League. Remember, Ange went back to default, and then he went back to doing this whole 4-3-3, and then Basuma was back in a single pivot. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's. Look, I'm not saying. Look, I'm not mad if Basuma goes. By the way, you know what I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there as a contrary. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to make a little podcast here, innit? We're asking different questions, but yeah, man. Look, I don't know. What do you think, bro?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure at the moment. Because the thing is, I'm so up in the air with Spurs. Like, I'm literally 1 minute I think one thing, and 1 minute I think the next. And a lot of questions that you're going to ask me, even tonight, I won't be able to answer them until we get closer to the Europa Super Cup game.
Yeah. The thing about, I'll be real with Basuma. Look, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I know his flaws. Basuma switches off. It's as simple as that. Understand? Yeah. And his peripheral vision, meaning like what's going on around him, he's not always switched on like defensive first. He can switch off. And that's what his problems are. And his decision making. So in the build up at times, he can be sloppy. Do you know what I'm saying? He can give the ball away, and he can run into like channels or areas where if he loses the ball, it's a problem for the team. And then people notice it, like he will misplace a pass because he's not focused. So he does that a numerous amount of times. And that's what kind of messes up either us holding on to the ball, because possession is key, isn't it? If you're trying to keep hold of a game and you don't want that momentum to swing into the other team's favor, and the other, away fans get on their back, or the home fans, if you're playing away, they get up for it. You need players that are able to hold on to the ball, do you understand? Hopefully build out that first bit where Vicario might pass it, and then, he looks after it, or he comes short. He needs to be available to pick up that ball and just, keep it safe, keep that possession safe. Because when I watched that Luton game, I think that's what I noticed. Like, there were certain times, I don't know if you watched it, But
No, I went. I ended up turning it off like with 20 minutes to go because I was like, you know
yeah,
what?
brother, it was
So
hard. What?
I was out for my daughter's birthday, and I was like, I've already watched one game this morning, so I thought, you know what, you know what, you can have my time now because this was terrible.
Yeah,
But no, it kind of highlighted the problems we had last year, didn't it? Because
it
I
did.
said this, we always wanted a better front three.
Yeah,
Under Range, he made sure that our front three weren't isolated in the fact that they'd score goals from different positions,
yeah,
which means our defence suffered. But the problem is our defence is going to be fine tuned, as Frank has already come out and said.
yeah,
Problem is our forward line has always been a problem, and we've only really got Kudus in it. It
yeah.
looks like he's going to be any quality. Are we going to get the same Brendan Johnson? Are we going to get the same? Are we going to get anything from Odebert? Are we going to get anything from Tell? Will Solanke be able to thrive under Thomas Frank? Will Son still be here? Will Richarlison still be here? There's so many questions
Mm.
already, and we've not even started the season yet.
Well, I know Richarlison definitely wants to stay. Basuma definitely wants to stay. Do you know what I'm saying? So trying to get them off the books is going to be hard because they both want to stay in the Premier League, and I know Basuma wants to stay in London. He's settled. He doesn't really want to
Mm.
move outside of London. So it's mad. Like Richarlison, I don't know, man. He wants to be like because it's a World Cup year. He's a World Cup year, so he wants to play for Brazil. Wants to be in the number 9 there, isn't it?
Because he knows if he stays, even if he gets injured, there's going to be a time period in this squad, as there were last year. He's going to be needed,
Yeah.
and he'll play. He
Yeah,
knows
so,
that.
but apparently, how it's going is it has to be one in, one out, and so the club needs to be ruthless. And this for me, yeah. Look, I'll be honest with you. I have no ties to any player. I'll be dead real. You know how people are like, "Oh no, son," like, brother, I'm sorry, you can go. Basuma,
Do you know
after that
what?
first season, and he went because I think it was his. He gave me that villain arc where I'm no longer attached to play. Like anyone can get it.
Yeah,
Bentancur,
yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
Like, because
So
certain times you get attached to it, and then all of a sudden they let you. Brother, I'm
there's
done. I'm
there's
done.
only I'm going to sit there and say this, and I know people might say I'm wrong. There's only two players in this squad that I would not, if they, well, apart you can't include Kudos. If you were to say to me, if any of them left, who would you be gutted about? There's only two for me. And that's only because I want to see him in a Thomas Frank system, not because of the players who they are.
Mm.
Benton Paul's one.
Yeah.
I want to see him under. I do want to see him under Thomas Frank because watching most of Brentford's midfielders, I said as soon as we got Frank in, he'll thrive the most.
I get it. I get it. The
And he,
Norgard role kind of.
yeah, I think he's slightly better than Norgard. So
Yeah, I think so.
and Norgard is a very good player. But the other one, and it was only because not to see him in the Thomas Frank system, just because he gives us something different.
Mm.
Completely to everyone else in this squad, he is completely different, and who knows what he could do. That's Kulizeski.
Interesting. Do you know why
Because
that's interesting?
yeah, go on.
Because we've been linked with a bag of tens,
Yeah,
and all those tens that we've been linked with, if I'm being honest, so we'll talk about it later, but they kind of come off the right. They're like right midfielders. Do you
yeah,
understand? And that's Kulizeski's position. Like Morgan Gibbs White, obviously last season he was on the left, but the season before last when he banged 10 goals, I saw him off the right as a right sided midfielder,
yeah.
and he got 5 assists. That's 15 goal contributions. Um, obviously Harvey Elliott's not a right winger, but he's not like he's like he comes off the right because he's a left-footed player. Do you understand? So he's in that kind of pocket where he thrives, just about like Kulizeski, left-footed, always in that kind of half space area, trying to create or score goals. And I'm like, raw, wait, what going for Kulu though? You lot keep bringing in these type of or profiling these type of players that come off the right. Well, go on for that. But then I did the kind of alley oop. I kind of the Uno reverse card on myself, and I
Yeah.
said, actually, you know what? Madison might be under trouble because they keep getting English players, English players, English players, English players. I'm thinking, right, we ain't got a homegrown problem. Then I was listening to We Are Tottenham TV. Ben Jacobs was on it. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't see it. I
So
didn't
so
see it.
Ben Jacobs came out and he said, boom, Madison, they will listen to offers for. He just came out and said it. And Ben was like,
Wow.
right, where did that come from? Do you know what I mean? They said the thing is like Madison, that last season he was in and out obviously, and
But they've just worked out he's an injury-prone player, yeah.
pretty much in it basically. That's what he was alluding to, innit? And
But
so
the
if he
problem
can
is
find
that
a
the problem you have with Madison though, especially at Tottenham right now, he's the most influential player when he's on that
exactly,
pitch.
exactly. So could you imagine? And we'll get into it like with the players that we're linked with. I know some people mentioned in the chat already. A certain man called Bilal, not the one from House
Yeah,
Party, but yeah, it's mental right now because obviously, imagine getting rid of Madison and then you're bringing in a 20-year-old in, or
yeah.
he's 21 now. But do you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna feel great. Like it's not gonna. I don't know if that'll sit well because like, all right, Madison Kulu. Let's have it right. Kulu is the
Yeah,
ball
but do you
carrier. Madison's the passer. It's two different profiles in
do you
10.
think it's not? Do you think it doesn't look well because there was a certain player that didn't join, should have been joining?
Exactly. Morgan is white. It's the level, in it? It's the
Yeah,
different level because one's got like 3, 4 seasons in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether it be
yeah,
Premier League, Championship, do you know what I'm saying? He's got that, and he's their captain. And this guy is obviously just coming to Premier League, and people were brushing him. Gibbs White. I was on the show
yeah.
with Johnny. Johnny's like, "Yeah, Gibbs shy. Yeah, he can't shoot. Rare tear tear." I'm like,
was,
"Brother,
that, was, was that
all
last
right
word?
then.
That was last word on Sunday, yeah, because I heard that.
That's all right then. Who you gonna replace him with? Go on, I'll listen. Do you know what I'm saying? With that, and then he's saying Jashari. Jashari ain't played in Prem. Jashari ain't in Champs League. Jashari hasn't had the same amount of exposure, experience that Gibbs White has. Has he got as many goals as Gibbs White? Do you know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah,
he physical? Is the engine as big? Do you know what I'm saying? As much as
I
man's
think.
watching Gibbs
Yeah,
White and saying he's not the finished product, there's levels.
I think the problem. Yeah, the thing with Gibbs White, I think everyone saw it as a signing. You looked at him and went, he would do great in this team. You just saw it as there wasn't a case of what about Madison, then what about Kulu, what about but Berryval, what about them? It wasn't a case of that. It was more of a case of you know what he fits him and Kudos. Could you imagine? And Brennan Johnson as well because that was the big thing. Him and Brennan
Paqueta
Johnson
is not better than Gibbs White. He is not.
who?
Paqueta. Look,
Oh,
I would take Paqueta. I'll take him. I'm taking him. But he's not better than Gibbs White. No way. No way. If you look every season that Paqueta's been in this league, 4 goals is the most he's ever scored. 4 goals.
They're totally two different players though
They're two different players as well, but they're
because they
both
don't even
attacking
play.
mids, though. They're both attacking mids. They're both
Not
attacking mids.
but
But it's a slightly different profile.
Paqueta sits more as Paqueta was more sitting as an 8.
Yeah, he's more of an 8. He's more of an 8. But
Because
no, Gibbs
he's
White, though.
past.
Gibbs
Yeah.
White could be an 8. All Forest fans say he's better as an 8. Gibbs White.
Okay.
That's all for like even though he plays in a 10, they say all Forest fans say he's more of an 8 than he is a 10. It's just that he does too much Hollywood balls, too much fancy flicks and tricks, and that's why they piss him off because they like the old fashioned football. That's the old school player, the old school fans like they don't like it. It's like
Yeah,
man,
they're still talking about Champions League, so they're old school.
yeah, exactly. But man, them will brush Bruno, they'll brush Madison. I hate
Yeah.
Madison. Do you know what I'm saying? But you look at their numbers, raw, and you look at what they do and how they control it. You're like, are you sure you don't like the math ain't mathing?
For me, Madison it's going to be very hard to replace him. It is hard to replace him.
100%, 100%.
Because even Kulu, no matter how well he played in those positions, he never fulfilled.
You can't dictate the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, bro. What Kulu is, he's safe in possession. He's good at breaking lines with his ball carrying and his dribbling. But where he flatters to deceive is in the final third, when you need to get your shot off quickly, move your feet quickly and get that shot off, or use your vision and quickly have a nice way to pass, slip a ball into the forward line. He doesn't do that consistently for a 10. Does that make sense? Yeah. If he did that on lock and he did that consistently, like able to pass from deep and pass and get those assists up, then you'd be a different level player, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, MGW, like, yeah, I agree. Like when it comes to Paqueta, he's a different style player. I like him. He shields the ball, uses his body to protect it. He's a grafter, works hard, he's got the engine up and down.
But we ain't getting
him. I know.
We already chanced our luck with Kudos. So there's no way. Could you imagine West Ham would burn the West Ham Stadium down if they sold us on the second one in the summer?
No, they would go mental. But I want to pivot back to the friendlies though, innit? If I can. And I quickly bring up the video, innit? Let's see if I can bring it up, bro. So yeah, basically I'm doing a quick spotlight on George Abbott, because he's the player that's coming in that could help us with the whole club trained issue, in my opinion. So he could be brought in and we could have an extra club trained player if we do include him in the squad. So I thought I'd look at him. And obviously we are looking for that number 6, that part. Paulinho. It's a hard subject at the moment because people don't really want to talk about it. Some people are for it, some people are against it. So I'll be interested to see what you think of him. But anyway, this is one of our own, man. It's one of our players. So let me just let it play, bro. You can see him there. I've circled him there. He drops deep and he just recycles the ball back to Vuskovic there, keeping it simple. Here he is again. So a lot of people don't like these backwards passes, but when I'm saying safe in possession, it's decision making. Look, he's showing for the ball. He's constantly in the middle. He's looking for an open. There he is on a half turn, opens his body up, finds a little pass and keeps the ball, keeps us ticking over. Again, he plays it simple. And some people might not like this because he's passing sideways, backwards. But once you're keeping possession, you're moving that team around. And why he's just doing it, he's doing it first time. That pass wasn't the greatest there. But again, he's just trying to find an opening. Here he does find some space. He gets his head up and then he switches the play. I would have played it to Porro, in my opinion, but I'm not mad at him switching the play there. He's not the perfect player. He's young. He's obviously he's 19 coming into 20. Is he 22 or how old is he? I think he's 19, 20. He's still young.
20, he's 20.
Yeah, he's 20. He's 20. So he's still got room to grow. First game, so he's going to play it safe like this. But I thought it was a nice little ball. That was Lucas doing that over the ball top to Porro, little switch of play there. Here he is holding on to possession again, steps on it, and then finds Lucas again. Lucas is another switch of play there again. So Lucas is doing the 6 kind of role. But you see, Abbott, he's kind of joining in. There he's peeling off as a left back, coming in, trying to help recycle the ball again, just picking up different positions, dropping off in different areas. There he wins the ball back here, high up in the press, recycles it, and then we get a chance off the back of it. Obviously, Son doesn't do too well there. There he is winning the ball there, doing that little Paulinho job there, doing a little slide tackle, then hassling the player. And when he did this, I remember Thomas Frank was in his ear, like, yeah, well done. I hear him clapping, come on. This is where he conceded the goal. I thought he was out of position here and doesn't really get back into position. And when he does, the distance between him and the player is too far. Good touch there, good control, lays it off, plays it simple to Lucas again. Lucas getting on the board, doing little 1-2 touches with Vuskovic, looking nice. And I think this was the difference between him and Basuma. Even though Basuma was good at ball carrying, this guy just keeps it safe, gets it under control, does little short passes, goes out wide, wins the ball back here again, gives it to Lucas. Lucas can do his thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's these little short passes, again, making himself available. It's constantly on the move, looking for players on the shoulder, coming in short, coming looking for the player. And he's constantly doing that. And that's helping the team to keep possession. There he is. He wants the ball always, constantly moving again, in case it's short. And he's not the sexiest player. People look for that sexy player. But here he is there, winning that ball back again. Just little on that ball, little short passes, little diagonals. Here he is harrying, but he kind of loses the marker there. And this results in a goal, I think. Yeah, here he is. He needs to get back. He needs to follow the man and then boom, back at the net. So maybe those recovery runs and speed needs to be improved. So he needs to do sprints on those tracks. But here he wins the ball back. Well done here. Little 1-2, keeps it safe, plays it off to the fullback there. And there's a switch of play and we go away again. There he is, open up his body, plays a little 1-2 with Lucas again, plays it into the centre back, plays it nice and safe, looks for the ball again, always on the move. Yeah, man, look, here he is, plays it short to Lucas again. And look, points here, open his body, little swivel, passes it here, gives it back to Lucas. There's a little bit of chemistry there. Lucas should do a little bit of pass there, wins the ball back, well done. And then he plays the ball back to the fullback here again. So then he's pointing, he's saying, right, this is where you should put it. And then he runs into the space on that one. And he links up with that guy, Tina. I say Tina. Tina Thompson. I said Tina Turner. Now, Tynan Thompson, bruv, who I thought was exceptional when Son obviously went away in it and he just came and did his thing and everyone was like, "Ruh, my man is doing his thing." Like, but yeah, I actually thought that George Abbott performance was quite solid, man. And he's
better than Archie Gray.
Yeah, I would say so. If I'm comparing the two performances, like obviously when he played against Luton, I said I still need to see. I'm not gonna go mad over him. You know what I'm saying? I need to see a few more games with him. But he's asking the manager questions. Like he wants to be included into that first team. first team squad that is, and he wants to be involved in that Champions League arrangement. But what go on, Jay? Jay tried to
What's
sneak
going
it
on?
through the back
I
door.
know, yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's been a second. It's been life. Life is gone. I was just saying before. Yeah, it's pre-season. I've been on a couple of shows and I've had some terrible takes. I'm like, oh no, I'm still in pre-season. Like like please, like so. Anybody that's expecting nope. I barely watched any football. Don't really like you getting a real time synopsis from my brain without me processing and filtering out the stupidity. So please, my takes are not match fit. So please don't expect match fit performances. So
I hear it, man. Context is very key at the moment. But
very
the
much so.
caveat to that is, I'm saying these players, it's a brand new setup now. Do you get
Yeah,
it? There's a new manager, there's a new coach.
it's
There's different coaches. They need to be impressing.
well, well.
You know what
The
I'm
thing
saying?
is, well, yeah. I think the thing is, like to me, there's a few things to really know straight away. It is pre-season, but it's a new manager. It's almost like I look at the team and I'm almost okay. We have no playmaker. Like, and whether you're Frank, whether you're Ange, yeah, it doesn't change the fact. Now, I'm watching the performances. Like, for example, was it against Wickham?
Yeah.
I thought, okay, you can see, okay, the team missed Bentancur. Yeah, you can see that regardless of what you think of him, he's still a very proficient player in this team for based on what we've got. Romero and Porro can progress the ball. Yeah. Um, so they can progress the ball. Fantastic. Now, Kudus can progress the ball too. Now through dribbling and some passing. So you're starting to understand the limitations of, and it feels like going into another season where you're like, okay, these players can't play this system. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just
We're there already.
yeah, it's almost like, oh, for God's sake. I think it raises some issues that, like, if I'm going to be honest and not negative, like, and there's a sort of difference between being honest and being negative.
Yes, I agree.
Thomas Frank's ability to impose our style of play on other teams to the point where we're on top and dominating and things like that. It needs work,
Sustain,
but
sustain attacks. Sustain.
yeah, but it's like if you've never really been doing that for the last 2-3 years, yeah, like there's gonna be some experimentation and we're gonna need to help him through. But I'm looking forward to the evolution of the style. I'm not sure. I don't know what I should be expecting at the moment. Like, do you know what I mean? As in, like, I don't know whether the players are being solid and it's a good springboard for us to go off, or I don't know whether we're seeing clear limitations in the players
Mm.
versus what Frank
You,
wants to do. I have
you know what?
but I've got no base point of logic here in
Yeah,
this.
of course, because you know what it is, and I think this is going to be a key theme among the fan base coming into the season as games progress, because he tinkers. I don't want to use that word tinker, but
Mm,
because he changes the approach depending on the team, it's like, do the players, will they have enough consistency to understand what the coach
mm,
wants, because he's going through this formation or he's going through this particular style of play because he's faced against this particular
mm.
opposition. Am I making sense?
Yeah,
So
100%. It's
100%.
one of the biggest
Yeah.
issues I have with Tuchel. I think towards he changes too much. Like it's like the consistent overarching style, and it's funny because it's like sometimes you'll be like, oh, they're doing defending in training, amazing. I haven't seen them do defending, and then on the other hand, you're like, yeah, but we should have the ball. like, do you know what I mean? You're like, we should have the ball. Like, no, but it's one of those. I'm looking forward to seeing how the style like perpetuates, but I guess on the one hand, I expect the team has to be much better than like last season. That's a byproduct of getting rid of Ange, because when you say that you expect more from the players that you have, when you should expect an improvement regardless of who we bring in, because the whole point of wanting to sack Ange is because
mm.
you believe that the players you have are capable of doing much better.
do,
Yeah.
Do you know what? Sorry to cut you, but
You know.
I was watching a podcast called is it Echo Glory? Wicked podcast.
Echo Glory, yeah.
Yeah,
Echo Glory.
definitely check it
Big up
out.
to Echo, yeah. Big up to Echo Glory.
Yeah, man, them man
Boys.
are on their thing still. I can't lie, they're on job. But one of the guys here, I've not seen him before. He was like a new panelist, I think, and he was like on the data side of things. And he said the problem with Ange, what he wanted to do was build up with a lot of short passes, right?
Mhm.
And he also liked players to dribble or ball carry.
Yeah.
The problem is Spurs were like, I think, the 6th highest team in terms of ball carries and dribbles,
Yeah.
but we were the 15th or 17th worst team in terms of completion. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, so it means we were starting the dribbles, but getting tackled or giving the ball up halfway through or something.
Exactly. So that was putting more pressure on the back four on our team. Do you understand?
Yeah, of
But
course.
the point he made, which stood out to me, was, and I knew this as well, what he would do is because he liked short passes and he knew some of those players didn't have the ability to ball carry or dribble, he would lumber a whole heap of players on one side. So what you do is you would do something called progressive overload. So you
Yeah,
put a load of players on one side to outnumber the other team. But
yeah.
what would happen is because he's overloaded that side of the pitch,
The other
when
side
that
is weak.
broke down, the other
Yeah.
side was open.
Which
And
is
that's
why
where,
we always conceded goals on over Porro's head, kind of thing.
but the reason why he did that was because we didn't have the ball playing players
Yeah,
we
but
wanted
that's.
and needed.
I've
And,
always said that we have too many dribble first players, not
but we
pass first players.
don't really if you deep it because they can't dribble. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Okay. Yeah. So we
So,
have players that can only progress the ball by dribbling, but they're not very good at dribbling.
so the point I'm making is everyone's on like, we need passes. But actually, if you think about it,
We just need to not try and dribble in our own area.
or we need elite dribblers because we don't
Yeah.
really, if you actually think about it, who take out Kudos, who
Mm.
is our elite dribblers? Who's our elite dribblers in the team? Like I
It,
won't.
it should have been Odebear, right?
It should have been Odegaard.
Odegaard's
Yeah.
Yang looks like he can dribble.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at last season, Odegaard wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
He was
In terms of
injured.
Doggy can dribble, like when he's fit.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Van der Ven can
Who's the
dribble
left back? Who's the
if
left
you
back?
call kicking the ball and running after it dribbling. Like
That's ball
it's
carrying.
close
That's ball
enough.
carrying. That's ball carrying.
Well, I mean semantics. Does the data
All right.
dribbling is that analyzed as beating a man?
Yes, dribbling
Okay.
means taking it
So
past man.
Van der
Carries
Ven can knock the ball past somebody, and that's dribbling.
Spence.
You could say Werner then, but the point I'm
No,
making.
but Werner was one.
Werner was a dribbler, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you actually deep it, the players that you guys have mentioned were either injured or just not available for that season. Werner
Yeah, of course,
wasn't
yeah.
available. I know he was.
Hold on, but would you coincide with like when Werner came out of the team, the stabilization of our form kind of dropped, like whether people like it or not. That's a story for another
Is that what
day.
we're doing now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing
It's a very good question.
I'm doing revisionist history because I'm just saying that Brighton game, was like it was almost like Mourinho West Ham game. Do you know what I mean? Our sliding doors game, going in at 2-0 at half time,
Yeah.
and then the next game he's chewing out Werner, and then the next game he doesn't play him Palace away, where we maybe.
But the problem with Werner was the end product. That's what the problem was.
But the team progression, it sounds like still was better with Werner being in the team based on the fact that
You could argue that. You could argue that. But then at the same time, if he's like getting into positions where we could be punishing teams and he keeps flopping it, his confidence goes down, and then he's no longer doing those take-ons because his confidence is knocked. And I think that started seeping into his game eventually. And he came off the pitch and started holding his calf and said, or hamstring, and said,
he might have had a calf injury. You never know.
No, yeah, it's true. But the point I'm making, apart from that, the only player I felt that was able to like dribble and carry, because I think Odegaard was out for half the season, and I felt Udogie was out injured for a good part of the season as well. And even him, he made a lot of mistakes when he was on the ball, even though he's one of our better dribblers. When we're trying to progress out the defensive third, that's when the mistakes would happen, and we would get punished. And that's why people are like brushing Udogie for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Saying he didn't have a good season, and we need a better fullback. And that's why people are saying, we've got a left back issue. because they don't trust in the doggy. The only person I could say, hand on heart, was probably Madison. And Madison was in and out the team because the gaffer didn't trust him, like I is, and didn't trust his body, or just didn't think he was good enough at times because he felt he made the wrong decisions, or he wasn't turning up in games, etc., or wasn't physical enough in terms of winning that ball back. So, like, the point I'm making is Spurs need to, and it's not because the narrative is we need passes. This is the point I was getting back to. And it was like, we need Adam Wharton. I don't think Adam Wharton's coming to his club. No way.
Not for 90 million. Not 90 to 100 million.
And
That's going to be the
he said he
standard
wants to stay another season. I think he's holding out for Liverpool personally. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people saying we want that kind of passer. Belieber, again, I don't think we'll get him. But if we were to go for a profile like that, because there's not a lot of, passes out there, in my opinion, where we can go and.
But this is the point. You make a very valid point about what passes are out there, what we're looking at. I'm saying to you now, when we look at this, the ability to play passes and break lines and things like that's not a overtly rare skill. Do you know what I mean? It's just that a lot of the players who can do it are to an extent unproven. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how big's your risk profile? How big's your risk appetite to do it? I think Gibbs White was perfect for Spurs because he could play a couple of positions. He could dribble. He can pass. Like, Prem proven, great age. He's like, in terms of, if you look around, he was one of one.
How did you feel about that Gibbs White announcement? How did you talk to me about that?
Okay, so the way I look at it is,
it's like the ghost there.
Yeah, in the benefit of hindsight now, looking back at it, I feel there's a lot of people that just want to, crap on the club. Do you know what I mean? And I'll make this one point really interestingly, because when Ange talks about media, he said the media are always negative about Spurs. There's no one that's sticking up for Spurs in the media. And I said to myself, social media is a thing. And I think the argument can extend to the fan base with the fact that immediately, with no information, people are blaming you. You're the fans, and you're blaming us for what? Hold on, for what? Because at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, maybe we messed up the installment payments. But the facts remain. Ornstein saying medical, Romano saying medical, everyone's saying medical. Everyone's saying bid accepted. There was nothing. Went to bed, woke up in the morning, deals off. What? So it's like.
Was he rattled though? That's what I want to know. Was he rattled by that? Because obviously,
I mean, I was annoyed because I like the player. He gives. Do you remember Gareth Barry?
Yeah.
Not Barry before he moved to City and stuff. Those kind of vibes, like
Aston Villa Barry,
solid prem pro, and I feel like I don't know what's happened on Gibbs White's side. Yeah, like there's a lot of
don't say too much.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to Google Marinakis Bakery, first. But at the end of the day, I respect Forest for doing everything they can to keep their player. Yeah, they pulled an old Suarez Liverpool one. Release clause? What release clause? Do you know what I mean? And so I work in recruitment, and if you told me that I offered somebody a job and then the company I offered the person a job to turned around and said, listen, you will legally approach my candidate. Do not talk to my candidate moving forward or there's going to be legal action. And then they spent the next 10 days trying to counter-offer that candidate, trying to convince them to stay. I would be very, very worried that person would get counter-offered, regardless of whether you want to say anything's murky or this or that. As soon as he went back to training and wasn't forcing the move, to me, he didn't want us enough. He didn't want us like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing on that, though.
Nah, I'm saying, okay, go on.
One thing on that, does that not just show the character that he is, though? That he's a very good character in the sense that Nottingham Forest fans were on his back already, saying he wanted to move, he wanted this. But actually, when you look at the whole thing, Gibbs White has acted in an appropriate way that he should be. He should be going training. I know what you're saying. He should be pushing the move, but I think the extension of it. We don't know what he was doing behind.
No, I didn't say
no.
I didn't say he should be pushing the move. I said he didn't want us enough. Do you see what I mean? There's a subtle difference between the two.
But
I'm not asking him to force the move. He either wants us or he doesn't. That's his own prerogative. No issues whatsoever. I'm saying he was happy to come to Tottenham. He didn't want to force the move to Tottenham. There's a difference.
But he didn't want to force the move to City either.
Something happened, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think City walked away from that deal rather than if the deal was there for it to be done and Forest were not. Like, I think City just.
It was last year, wasn't it? It was last year that City came in from the.
Yeah, so towards the end of the season, it seemed very much like City were going to get him, and then Cherky kind of came from nowhere. Yeah, for City, I didn't really see him on City's radar like that, and then boom, he's the one they got. So it makes me think that City pivoted from Gibbs White, and then look. Don't forget as well, yeah. We tried to do this deal real quick, almost like Marinakis was distracted. Like I was on a stream before. I was on a stream before, and we were calling him Oscar Cobblepot. That's what it's giving, yeah, like penguin vibes, yeah, and he's like super villain, and
he does give that vibe, that proper like
super villain, and it was like he went out the room and we tried to do the deal. It's like
Suge Knight vibes. That's what he gives me, like that kind of.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we didn't. And as soon as it was like so, to me, I'm disappointed we didn't get the player. I think Forest made it real difficult for us. Had we gone in before they sold Elanga, maybe it would have been different.
Agreed.
I don't think they envisaged losing both, and they were not willing
within 2 days as well. It was literally within 2 days of each other.
Exactly. So based on all of that, it's like I'm just disappointed we couldn't get the deal done. Now I'm not going to blame anybody for it because I don't have enough information to blame. Do you know what I mean? There's just not enough data and info out there for me to understand what truly.
Until the Netflix documentary comes out.
Exactly. Until Gibbs White's on TalkSport in 10 years.
Yeah, crying.
Do you think we should have spent as long as we did on the actual deal? Like, because now people are saying we've spent 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. No deals have been done since then because we were waiting out for that. We were focusing on this deal. This is the deal we want to get done. Should we have waited out or should we have been looking at other targets? Because when Paratici was here, he would have about 5 or 6, 7
players.
But
that's the point. Gibbs White was one of one. Yeah, like there isn't another person. I'm not saying we can't get another. Like you go by Hugo Larson. I think that would be a reasonable alt.
Is he the same profile?
No, that's what I'm trying to say because it's like you can't get a one of Gibbs White because in terms of his age profile, two-wayness, things. So that's why we stayed in the deal because obviously it's like. We want that specific player, homegrown, prem proven.
I don't know. Like, do you feel like we've done this before, where we kind of wait out, for a particular player, and that's been the club's style? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, if I take an example, like Horo.
Horo. So look, I tell you what gave me the vibes that he was going to sign, and you're actually probably spot on. And look, I'm only going to take what I saw on X and what the guy said. But the guy who met Daniel Levy, I don't know if he was doing a tour, and Daniel Levy just seemed to walk out, and he asked him about the Gibbs White deal. And he said, we're working on it. Right? And with that cheeky, he's not going to tell him, but with that cheeky grin to say, it's pretty much done. Yeah. I think that's when I started to believe in it and thought, actually, this is going to get done because this is just typical Levy.
Yeah, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. Like,
but I think the most
style, like he'll walk away from a deal, let it sweat over. Do you understand? We've seen it with Maddison, Richarlison. Do you know what I'm saying? All the sons.
But I think what's the most disappointing thing in all of this, and this is going to sound, and I'm not the massive Daniel Levy fan, is that it looks like Daniel Levy lost against another chairman in a battle, which we hardly ever see as a Spurs fan. It's hardly ever that another chairman ends up keeping his player, and I think a lot of us, especially ones that are against Levy, are looked and gone, "Well, this was your bread and butter. What are you doing?"
I think the thing is like people are gonna have their agenda and we're gonna have facts and it's gonna be like we don't have a huge amount of facts, so agenda is
No.
going to win. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like if we look at the point you're making, I think you're very right. It on the balance of it, it's a big W for Forest and it's a big
Yeah.
L for us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which we don't expect.
I was talking to Forest fan. I was like, "Listen, we're taking your captain." You say, "What? You're taking Ryan Yates?" You say, "Wait, you think I fucking know who your captain is?"
But Jay, the
So
weirdest
it's
thing
like,
is, us Levy outers were even confident with it because we were
Yes,
like, well,
we
this is
were.
Levy bread
Yes,
and butter.
yes,
Let go with it.
yes,
But even we're
yeah,
looking at going, oh, what's happened?
yeah,
Has he lost his mojo or something?
yeah,
yeah.
and I think that's why I think that Gibbs White has done a U-turn here. I think the club is done everything it can, but you've got to have the will of the player, and the players, and it could be that he's offered him more than we're offering. Very similar to an Elise. Because the funny thing was coming into this situation, when I was
Mm,
thinking about it, I was like, Spurs were in new ground, and that's
mm,
what people don't understand. Spurs were in new ground because the two times I'd seen this situation before, one was Van Dijk and one was Elise. With Van Dijk, Liverpool walked away. With Elise, Elise extended. Yeah.
mm,
So in this situation, I was like, this is unique because I've never seen a club stay in and the player not sign. And I was like, there's no like traveled ground for Tottenham here. I don't even know what Tottenham do in this situation. The club says don't contact us, don't contact the player. If you contact him, are we gonna get in trouble? If we don't contact him, he's gonna, you know what I mean? Brand new ground. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't know what else Spurs could have done in this situation.
Do you think? Do you think the problem here though is that it's not the actual Gibbs White didn't happen? It's more the fact that for the last 2.5, we went from we went from all being happy from that
Yeah,
moment in within 24 hours we were going to sign Kudus. Kudus was announced and Gibbs White was here we go basically,
yeah.
and then there's been nothing since. If there was other signings through the door
Hmm.
mm.
in key positions, let's say key positions, do you think the fan base right now would be like, you know what, the Gibbs White things happen, who cares? We've got a defensive midfielder in, we've got
Hmm.
a left back in. They're the positions that we kind of needed.
Well, I think you're right. I think with any team though, I'm looking at it from the point of view of when you have a team, how many positions in a team often are upgraded at the same time? I think most teams are quite lucky to have two starters come into the team in a summer and go straight into the team and change it. Do you know what I mean? So I think the 2/3 is what you'd want. And I
Mm.
think Spurs have one in Kudos. So the team has improved from last summer. Like it has improved because Kudos has gone into the team. Now it's not improved as much as we would want, and we can see now with Udogi that, okay, we need a left back. Like that's something we can't really kick down the road. Yeah, okay, we need a six. Now I don't know if Gibbs White was a market opportunity or a genuine thing, but I think that Spurs people we can see that we need a creative midfielder. So from my point of view, I think the fans would moan anyway.
Do you think we need a creative midfielder, though? Do we need a creative midfielder?
Um, I do. I think we do because I mean, Sark could play the 10 maybe if that's what they're thinking.
No, no, but what I mean is that we've got Kulusevski. I think the narrative is that we've got Kulusevski as a potential midfielder that can, you know,
Yeah.
cover that role, and then we've got Madison also. So, like, in terms of like what we need now, in terms of like urgency, do you think that was a bigger? Because a lot of fans are saying that we need a six more than we need.
I'm not.
Uh,
When
so, how do you feel about that?
I think if you look at, I personally, and I know this is quite controversial, it's like
Oh, we're
I
here
think
for
we
it.
need.
Oh,
I
we're
think
here.
we at preseason, isn't it? Preseason stretching. I think we need a six, but I think looking at what we need a left back and a creative midfielder more because I think when I look at Madison, I'm like he's not going to stay fit all season. We've got 2 seasons of data. Yeah, it's just it'll be very optimistic, and I'm like,
Two seasons of data. We could go back to Leicester days.
yeah, man. I mean, let's not too much, not too much on matters, not too much. But no, the point you're making is fair. It's been the way he's been over the last few seasons, and
Yeah.
so if we look at that now and we say, right, the team, it's a good team. The back line and goalie, good.
Mm.
We got Kudus, Solanke. Like people are talking nicely on Tell or Odebear. We're probably going to need to buy a winger, an attacker, and if we can buy, I fucking hell, actually, you know what? It makes so much sense for us to get Grealish. Like it actually
I was going
does.
to ask you as well because we haven't been linked to Grealish. I think Everton have
It's
been.
gonna it makes too much
But,
sense because the thing is we need a 10. We'll probably need a winger to Son.
Yeah.
So you get Grealish who can play in both positions.
but
Eze would make a
you know
lot of
what it
sense.
is though with Grealish? I think it's the output people are kind of against because he hasn't scored. There's a lot. Well, since he's gone to City, his goals have been
Yeah,
like.
but if you kind of I always said he was too structured at City.
Yeah.
That was always, and look, it won him a treble, it won him trophies. But if you look at him compared to when he was at Aston Villa, if you could take him out of that structure and give him the freedom and tools that he'd done before, I think we could get a good Grealish. The problem is will Frank want to do that?
Are we ageist as a fan base? Because I think the narrative is, and I'm
I'm
going to
not.
talk about
I'm not. You tacticals
me.
are like you
Me.
guys are
You are,
like.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
do you
young,
know why?
fast.
I
Do you
done?
know why? Because it's the same
What have
thing.
I done?
Now it's the same thing. It's the same. Like, I'm gonna get a little bit poignant here, but it's the same reason.
I can we take this 4P down though? Big up
Yeah,
4P.
no, hold on. I'm gonna explain to you why. It's the same thing that people have in
Oh.
life when you get older, or when you're young, you have all of this hope, and you don't have necessarily realism about your career and life and everything. You have optimism. It's not based on. So that's what happens with younger players. There's no ceiling to who they can be. Yeah. So everyone loves a younger player because like people were talking about Johan Lang. I'm like, brother. You are just buying £60 million Prem players and
So
young players.
are you on board this whole Johan Langer? Because everyone's kind of flashing it on him.
Listen, I think, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think people are so disingenuous about this because with Paratici, some people will be like, okay, the window when Ange came in, they're saying that's not Paratici because he wasn't here. I'm like, okay, it was Gabonini who was his guy. So it's like, okay,
He
let's
was
say
also Paratici's guy.
yeah, he was. Yeah, so I'm saying, so let's do a line then and say before Lang and after Lang. The fact that most of our starting lineup is from pre Lang, to me, is indicative of how it's gone.
So you're expecting more players to be first teamers from Langer, is what you're
No,
basically saying.
I think Lang had a difficult job. We needed more homegrown with it, but a lot of the stuff, the overhaul of the youth, this and that was Paratici. So Lang
Yeah,
just built
so
on it.
I think what people are saying is because we haven't got any players out, and the narrative is you have to get players out before you get players in,
100%,
and
yeah.
that's kind of holding us back. Where Paratici, he was able to get a bag of players out. I think it was like 10 players that we needed to get out,
Yeah.
and he managed to do that. But I don't know if that was, I can't remember. Guys, remind me. Was that at the back end of the window, or was it at the start, or was it in the middle? Because I think that would
It'll
make a
always be.
difference.
It was always, if I remember correctly, it was always to the back end of the window
Yeah.
And
where
so,
people would start going out on loans
because
and
this is my
whatnot.
issue at the moment, because like if Langer all of a sudden gets all the players out at the back end of the window, then has he done the same as Paratici?
Because the thing is like the team has gotten progressively worse the longer he's been in charge.
Yeah, no, but what I was gonna say is, I hear that. As well.
Marlon's looking at it like,
Wait.
that's a good
I'm
point.
not here to. By the way, I'm not here to back Langer. I'm just here to ask the question.
No.
I understand.
Yeah.
But
Back your boy.
what? Nah, Langer's definitely not my boy.
Bro, listen.
I'm not gonna do that.
Listen. Obviously, he did great. He did Bergwall, but go on.
No, yeah, of course. Like he's done Bergvall, he's done obviously.
But okay, at this point,
Solanke.
Gray looks a bit crazy, doesn't it? At 40 million.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you know what it is. I think it's the ratio of young players that he brought in, but that was that not the club's remit at the time?
Because we needed
We were
more
going
homegrown.
for youth type of.
I'm not sure. I'm not because
Do you think that's
Gabonini.
Langer? That was all down to him. That
Well,
he
mate, but I'm saying Gabonini didn't do that. Like when Gabonini was doing that window, he bought like Van der Ven, Vicario, Madison, Udogi, who he'd identified the year before. So those four came into the team. Yeah, those four, and they literally and Solomon on a free. Yeah, who was all right before he got injured. So that was the window, and Belize.
Yeah,
that was the window they did. Yeah, one with and Johnson. Sorry, right?
Johnson was more Andrew's guy, no?
Yeah, exactly. So the funniest thing is that if we never got Johnson, I was fine with Johnson. But if you got Kudus in the first place,
Yes, that's what happened.
your team would have been better, Ange, because
Yeah.
you would have been able to do more stuff.
Andrew
With
would still be here, I think, if Kudus was there.
bro, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so it's like you keep bringing players in, and then as soon as Lang comes in, I promise you, yeah, Paratici had a thing where it's like he didn't do all this data bollocks. He just brought you some ballers.
No, but he didn't
That's
need
all
to because
that's
he's
all it is.
experienced. He's
Bro, look
experienced.
at
He's been in the
it.
game for 15 plus years.
Bro, look at
So
Liverpool.
he
They
knows
got
what he's doing.
McAllister, they got Gravenberch, they got Jones, they got don't much of ballers play together.
But
You know what I mean?
Liverpool do the data thing, innit? They do the data thing as well. Liverpool do the
No, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is you can be too over
yeah, yeah.
analytical to the point where you're like, all right, Werner, the data says Werner's the answer.
But
Well, what was the question?
You got to remember, Langan doesn't have those same contacts. He's new in the game. He's
Well,
young
I
there.
don't. But
So,
then why is he the head of recruitment
talk
at
to your
Tottenham?
boy Levy. He's the one that
Yes,
brought him here.
yeah,
No, bro, I
Levy
don't,
on
bro.
that.
Yeah,
Listen,
but no, he's the one that
You
brought
do
him.
have to.
that's fine, bro. Listen, I get that, yeah. But I'm saying I don't mind that, yeah. Destiny Due, all this sort of stuff. We're gonna have to check Lang's
Could have
hard
been so
drive though,
different.
because it's like there's players here where it's like there's stuff like Manu Kone and stuff like that where I'm like you can get certain players for like 25 million who are good. Like there's a lot of good 25 million pound players, and we haven't got a lot of space in the team. But it's like I've always said this: if you're gonna spend 40 million on Gray, he better bang. Like, what do you mean you're spending 40 million pounds on Gray?
But it's the whole English tax, Premier League tax. That's why the players are all pumped up that price, isn't it? That's the
but Gray wasn't even Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
the
what
worst
I'm
thing
saying.
about
Like,
it.
Yeah, for real.
but I'm saying like Gabonini, like he had some like. Do you remember we were in for Goodmanson? Do you not remember we would have got
Goodmanson was there.
we would have got Delafeu if he didn't get injured just before that moment.
You're right.
So I'm like, okay, it's just our transfers have become so much less exciting under Lang. Yeah, they're just less exciting. Just like a Prem player or a young player that I don't know.
They sum up. What Jay's saying, I actually agree with. They sum up the type of personality we are seeing from Lang. They don't.
100%.
Yeah, they don't excite us, and they're just like, oh, okay, and then
answer me this then. All right, answer me this, guys.
Paulinho, isn't it?
Paulinho. Let's talk about that. What we saying? Do you want him or do you not want him? Do you want him or not want him? Because you talk about the ages thing. You brought it up in it. All right, so you tacticals. You don't like the age thing. What we saying? He's 30 years old. He had a shit season in Bundesliga, but
look at how you've opened the opening.
Wait.
He's 30 and he's shit.
No, he's greatly shit. I said, no, wait, hold on. Let's rewind. I said he's 30 and he had a shit season in the Bundesliga. And I was going to add, he was injured for quite a bit of it. I could put
okay. The shit sandwich has dessert. Oh, thank you, Ash.
Yeah, no, I have to be real. He had an injury, had a massive injury. So he was out for a big part of that season. So that will affect his numbers overall. If you look at his minutes, he didn't play as much as he did at Fulham in that season where he was injured. So I have to be fair. But I just want to know your opinion on do we go for him? Should we go for Paulinho?
Of course. Because the thing is sometimes it's just get good players in the team. Like, do you know what I mean? And they'll work it out. Like, do you know what I mean? As in, like, we don't have enough like top players. He's a good to very good number 6. If we're gonna get caught up on the fact that he's not Busquets, then all right. Do you know what I mean? Then if I'm gonna judge him on the fact he's not Busquets, I'm gonna judge Maddison on how many tackles he's making per 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Would you rather give him a choice? I mean, Abbott a chance, or would you rather give Paulinho?
Listen, at the end of the day, look at it like this, and this is so funny because I said it's so funny. It's actually funny because I said to my friends who supports Arsenal. Yeah, I don't. Thank you. I said to my friend that supports Arsenal when it was like they were in for, I can't remember who they were in for. It's maybe like Eze or something like that. And I was like, oh man, they can't sign Eze. He's going to block Ethan's pathway. Manieri's pathway. Like, what are they doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then when we signed Kudus, my friend messaged me and said, oh my God, what do you think Mikey Moore thinks about you signing Kudus and his pathway? And I remembered, okay, a little hypocritical of me because good players will find their way through. You know what I mean? And I think the Arsenal game is a really good game for some of these players because I think it's a really like it's the first North London derby. It's not going to be a friendly. Let's be honest. This is not a friendly. It is a friendly, but it's not a friendly. Do you know what I mean? So
I want to
Look,
know from
the way
you.
Thomas Frank's been talking about them, it might be a bit of a love
I,
fest.
I want to know. I want to know from you, Marlon, right? Because people are calling this Werner 2.0, innit? Because obviously Premier League did his thing, went to Germany. Are we getting another like player that's lost his legs, and we're trying to bring back a Paulinho that's lost his way, or do you
No,
think we'll
no, no,
come
no,
in?
no. I've got a strange feeling he's going to do what Wilson Palacios did for us. He was good for no, I know. If you remember when Harry Redknapp brought him in, he went, "I want you to do one job and one job only,"
Yeah,
and that's what he did for about a year.
yeah.
Spurs got back on their feet, and then he wasn't needed. I think that's what Fellaini would do for us. It will just be just to get us back into a moment where we are good enough to then take that next step, and I think that's um, the impact he will have on Spurs. But that's all he needs to do. That's all we want. We just want someone. But I say that, but if you watch the friendlies, which I know Jay hasn't, if you look at the way we're defensively set up, actually,
I watch a bit. I watch Reading
I,
and I watch Wickham. Luton was so bad. Like as in like I think I fell
but
asleep.
but the Luton. If you take the Luton and Reading game, I'm going to take them because those were the two games that the way we were set up defensively was very similar.
Mm.
And as you pointed out in that Wickham game, Abbott had made the mistake with Austin to not shut down quick enough. Hence the reason why we conceded the goals.
Yeah.
So I think what not Frank, Cochrane and the staff have done, the first thing they have gone to address is our defensive shape.
Yeah.
Do you not like, because obviously you spoke about being on the ball in possession, we lack creativity. We're the type of team where we looked at Luton and we look awful. Do you know what I'm saying? You looked at the other game we played against Wickham, on the ball again. We're clearly lacking that player on the ball where we can get that ball forward. And so, do you not think that bringing in the Paulinho, like, because remember we got rid of Højbjerg. Højbjerg came out, and
But let's put Højbjerg for the first year of his football career under Jose Mourinho was what we needed until it all fell off.
yeah. Do you know what? Like, let me say my opinion, because obviously I'm being I was being a host, but let me put my 2 points in there.
Get your stuff in.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I agree with what you're saying, Marlon. I think temporarily it can work because I think Spurs, if you look at our stats as a team, physicality is an issue. We are like the worst team in terms of physicality. We're like one of the worst teams in the league in terms of physicality. Too easy to play through. Do you understand? People have a perception that Paulinho is awful on the ball when he's not. He's not awful on the ball. He's just not the progressive passer. He's not a playmaker. That's all it is. And Spurs fans feel like if we don't have that player in, we will lose that kind of ability to bring a playmaker, which we desperately need to progress out of phase 1 or phase 2 or the defensive phase, whatever you want to call it, playing out from the back. If you got Paulinho there, you're playing with a man less. I don't think that's true. I think he's conservative. It's similar to Højbjerg. And I think the reason why we got rid of Højbjerg was because of Ange, because Ange's style, he wanted players to have the risk appetite, to be brave on the ball, get on a half turn and play forward, where Højbjerg's a lot more conservative. And that the clip I showed with Abbott was on purpose because he does the backwards passing, the sideways passing, he plays it safe, doesn't always opt to do the long ball, keeps the ball ticking over. Paulinho is that. He's more of a safe. He's not terrible on the ball. He's not expansive passer. He does switch the ball a lot. So a lot of fans have missed that when he gets on the ball, even at Bayern Munich, he's able to get on the ball and switch to play and play balls into channels. What he's not good at is playing those like line breaking passes through the middle. He's not that kind of DM. Do you understand? But temperament, you could question. Like I see it in the comments, people saying, he's got a red card in him, tear. But again, he's 30 years old. He's slightly older now. He's more mature. He's going to bring some needed experience. Because people remember when it was Norgard, the energy was different. coming into the fan base. When we were linked to Norgard,
Is
I don't.
that because he was working with Frank before that? Because
Basically, that's what I'm saying. It's because he was a Frank player, but it's pretty much the same kind of profile of player.
could you imagine if we had for one game only?
And
Just imagine
he's older
yeah,
as well than Paulinho.
yeah. Could you imagine for one game only? Just put this in perspective. Yeah, if the team contained a Romero, a Van der Ven, Polinia, Bentancur, Madison, and a Kudus in it, that team ain't losing.
Yeah,
I'll back it, and that team will not lose that game with those players in those positions.
cool.
And that's without even Solanke and whoever else going to play on the left.
You guys are pretty much on the Paulinho ball. But what I wanted to ask was on this whole Gibbs White situation. What player would you want in? Like, if you can't get him in, because we've been linked to Bilal El Kahunas, isn't it? And we know Eze's going to Arsenal. Hello, hi Eze.
Hey, look, no.
That's not done though. Like
it's agreed. Apparently, Arsenal need to find the funds to.
So wait, do we have the funds now? So do we have the funds?
If Son goes, surely we because if you look at it,
hold on. What are you talking about Son for? Morgan Gibbs White money is obviously burning a hole in our pocket.
Yeah, but the thing is sometimes I think we should spend it, but sometimes you can look at like market opportunity versus money to spend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Eze would be a market opportunity.
But we need to replace Son though. Like,
does he want to? Would he want to come as well? Like, do you think?
That's my point. Arsenal would. Obviously, I think he'd probably maybe prefer Arsenal to us, but it's more like how long would he wait? Like, would he be willing to stay at Palace over come Tottenham? I don't think so. I think he'd come to Tottenham over staying to Palace.
Gahey waited. Gahey done it. Is it
Gahey's out of contract next year, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's true. No, that's a good point. But so all right. Go on. Sorry, finish up.
No, I was just saying, I would have liked, depending on what you want. If you want someone like that, I would have liked that Gabby Vega. He would have been nice.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Gabby Vega's tough.
But
he went for Saudi money, innit?
He's come back to Porto, hasn't he?
Has he gone back? He's done the transfer, yeah?
I think he's done. I'm not sure. But yeah, I just don't know in terms of that kind of profile. I like if we got Paulinho, and if we were playing games like Paulinho, Bentancur, Madison 3, I'd be okay with that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if we were playing games against good teams with that 3, I'd be like, that's a good midfield 3.
As I just said.
What do you think of the player that we're linked with recently is El Cajunas? What do you make of him?
That would be fine. Like, if you got El Cajunas and Paulinho, that would be okay with me. Like, because El Cajunas could back up for Madison.
But the narrative is that obviously we're going for a cheaper option, 60 million to 22.3 or 22.5 million, because he's got a release clause in his contract that if he got relegated, that was the fee allowed.
It's the data, isn't it, behind it, from what I'm hearing. But if you look at Leicester as a whole, yeah, he was good in part games, but was he good overall in the Premier League? You're kind of going,
Yeah, it was a bit like he's not as maybe consistently impactful on the game as Gibbs White, but he's younger and he's got room to grow, and their impact stylistically is similar.
But can he grow at Spurs if we are literally just signing 19, 20-year-olds, where it's going to be Bergval, him, and Archie Gray as a midfield?
I mean, you say that, but Paulinho would be experienced. Kudus would be experienced. So that's 2 players going into the first team.
But Paulinho
is there for us if we want it.
Cool. I personally think with El Cajunas, it's an interesting debate. With him, yes, you do have the age profile, and it is a bit annoying that you're going for a cheaper option. But I think the reason why his output was low is because, he is young. So his finishing needs work. That's one thing I will say. His finishing is inconsistent. But at Leicester, he had to do the Madison role, meaning he had to drop into left back or drop into a little bit deeper because they couldn't progress the ball out from the back. So he had to do a lot of dictating from the back for Van Nistelrooy. Do you understand? So that's why if you ever watch his clips, if you go on YouTube just to watch his clips, you're going to see a lot of balls coming from deep and him firing balls, playing over the top switches, like playing through the lines, taking the ball off the centre back, taking the ball off the left back. Even if you look at his heat map, you'll see a lot of the time, because of Leicester struggling that progression, that ball progression in that area, he had to literally run that team by himself. Do you understand? And you're talking about a 20-year-old that's come from the Belgium league, first time Premier League, and Leicester are suffering. Do you understand? He's asked to do like the main playmaker role, and then Van Nistelrooy has just trusted him. Say, look, Leicester, when we get the ball, give it to him. Give it to him. Do you understand? And it's similar to what Madison's had to do. Madison, obviously, he's more experienced, and that's why Madison's numbers look a lot better because obviously he's older and he's worked on his finishing. But it's like two different same profiles, but in two different spectrums of their career, if that makes sense. But like in terms of vision, he's got it. In terms of pauser, meaning like putting his foot on the ball, like waiting for things to happen before he releases that ball, he can do that. In terms of like the weight of pass, excellent of weight of pass, excellent. Playmaking, as I said, from deep, you can do that. Link up play, little one touch, first time passes, passes around the corner, little back flicks, back heels. He does that. He can disguise a pass, which is more important because I think when you look at Papamata Sarr, in like I know he's a right sided 8, but he did play in the 10 against Wickham, night and day. Do you understand? If you've got El Kahunas taking Sarr's shirt, do you understand? If we're missing the Madison or Kulusevski, if they're out injured for whatever reason, he's going to be a lot more elite. Even when it comes to ball carrying and dribbling in tight spaces and tight areas, higher level than what we have at the moment. And I think also why they probably looked at him is because he's combative in terms of winning that ball back. He's like one of the top players in terms of winning that ball back. So I think that's why they may be looking at him. But the last thing I was going to say was I wanted to look at this player. This is my suggestion, isn't it? You know, I like to do the scouting thing. So I'm going to just bring his player in quickly and then I'll shut up because I'll be talking for way too long. But
so good.
so the guy I'm looking at his name is Hakar Haraldsson, and he is Icelandic international. Again, young, I know, guys, 22, not that young, but young enough, I know. And I think the reason why I've looked at this guy, because I'm thinking, Langa, this is right up your street. You know what I'm saying? You've got a Nordic, Scandinavian type of player, blonde hair, just how you like it. You don't understand.
What do you mean by that?
Blonde hair?
Yeah, sure.
Bergvall, isn't it? That's what I mean. No?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, shouldn't have said the blonde hair reference, but yeah, he's 22 years old. He's just under 6 foot, I think. CAA Stella, so the agency were very familiar with that. Played in central midfield, attacking midfield, and left wing as well. And then more stats. He's played in a 4-2-3-1. He played in a 3-2-4-1 as well. At Lille, so he played with Jonathan David as well. And you know what's funny? Because I saw him in Champions League. This is how I noticed him. I was trying to do scouting for Jonathan David because we were linked at the time. And Jonathan David was meant to leave on a free, innit? So I'm like, oh, let me look at Jonathan David. And I was like, who's this blonde hair guy? He just keeps popping up. That's how I noticed him because his hair is like that bleach blonde. Like, you know how you look at Bergvall and you always notice Bergvall because of his hair color? That's how I felt about this guy, innit? Here's some of his stats, but his stats was just basically really high in terms of, I'll go back to it a little bit. Progressive passing, like carries and stuff, take-ons, touches, all in the right places. Tackles are a bit low, so maybe that's something he can work on. But I have seen footage. When I've watched him, I've seen him win balls back in midfield, etc. Do you understand? Shot creation actions in the right place, blah, 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 assist, da, 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 da. But 22 years old. And I was meant to watch the other kid as well. Who's the other kid we were linked with? That was meant to, and he rejected us and he went to a different club. The little short you. Anyway, doesn't matter. Here's some of his finishing. As you can see, he's got good shot power inside of his boot. Powerful shot there. Quickly getting him out his feet. Boom. Bang. Back of the net. Shots from distance. Cuts it in. Look. Bang. Inside of the corner. Finds the corners there. Free kick. Top corner. Cuts in. You see that cutting he does. He likes to do that. Weaker foot shots as well because he's right-footed. Here he is. Top bit off the keeper. Just gets a hand to it, but it still goes in. Finishes here. So he's got good finishing ability, as I'm showing here. Here is ball carrying skills as well. Gets the ball under control. Little touch, little flicks, link up play with Jonathan David here. Gets on the ball. There's a little step over, puts it through his legs. First touch, control, chest, on the pivot. Look, finds a place, got good vision, good awareness. This could be a player, puts it through the guy's legs that we could look at that could raise a profile. Do you know what I'm saying? That we missed out on Gibbs White, but this guy's got Champions League experience, and look at how he's controlling the ball. First time, little flicks over the player, little Travellas, little 2 foots play there, left foot, right foot, skips over the player. But you can clearly see he's got ability on the half turn again. Lincoln play little 1-2s, little through balls for Jonathan David there again, little first time passes, good way to pass as well. Plays with his head up.
Hint of the Damsgaard about him, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a Udegaard even, maybe. I don't know. Like, do you understand? Look, look, a little through ball there. Like, gets his head up, puts it through his legs. Get look, boom, bubbles up, controls it, and then wait a pass to find the striker again. There he is in tight areas. Like I'm saying, as a left wing attacking midfielder,
good running power as well. Nice
good running power, physicality about him. Looks like he could suit the Prem, in my opinion. I'm looking at this brother. I don't know what you man are saying. Look, into the box in those little half space because like Frank likes that players that can pop crosses.
Is he linked to anybody at the moment?
He's not linked to anyone from what I see, bro. But yeah, I just thought, put a cheeky 50 million, 55 million, test the waters. Why not throw the weight around? That's what Spurs need. In my opinion, Spurs need to do that. They need to start throwing their weight around if they want to get certain quality of players and say, look, and also the scouting need to do their job. Do your job. Scout players, innit? Look for them. Grab them.
I'm going to ask this question. How do we know the scouts ain't doing their job?
Well, now we don't know, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
This is the issue because the scouts could be doing their job. He could be sitting there right now on the table. Lange picked up the piece of paper, or Lange has picked up the piece of paper, sent it through to the board, and they've gone, how much?
Yeah, it's very true, bro. It's very true.
And be like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
Archie Gray was an easier sell because he was English.
I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, I get it. But do you know what it is? I just look at the age profile. I know the age profiles. Because look, if they're looking at Elliot, for example, Elliot's 22, similar age. Do you understand? Obviously plays at Liverpool. Leo, I'm saying, right, he's in the French league. I reckon we can get him for a similar price. He's got more goals than him. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got more assists than Elliot in the league, in the, what do you call it? This is a top 5 league. Yeah. And he's done it at Champions League level as well. Yeah. That's when I clocked him. I clocked him when I was watching Champions League, and I said, let me look at him again. Who was the player we linked with? And we meant to get him on the free, and he's short, brother. I forgot his name. And he's English.
Oh, Andre Gomez.
That's who it was. Angel Gomez. I was looking for Angel Gomez, and I couldn't find him. And I kept seeing his brother. I was like, well, who's this guy? Do you understand? Had to take another look, and he was doing damage. So I said, yeah, you know what? Spurs should be looking at a player of that ilk. Go on.
Was this the same guy? Was it when I looked? Was it Verts that I looked at like last year or something when we were looking for players? And
I remember I looked at Verts. Yeah, right.
Now look, it's 130. So this is your one, yeah?
We've looked at, like, I remember looking at Enzo Millet. He's gone to where's he gone now? He's gone to Atletico Madrid, innit? I remember looking at, there's so many players I can't even remember off the top of my head, but they've just gone on to better and bigger things. Janice, I remember Ekatike with a slight link, and I said, let's look at Ekatike. He's gone.
We'll just put it out there, teams. If you're not, we might be Spurs fans, but just come through us for the scouting.
Remember, you said, is it Bournemouth or Brighton? Brighton started looking. So we started looking at certain players. Remember, Brighton started picking up a few players, man.
Wow. How they linked to this one? Yeah.
Even remember Zeragova? There's a guy called Zeragova that I had on there, I put up, and then he's gone to where's he gone? He's recently just gone to a team. Zeragova. I can't remember. He's recently gone to a team. I can't remember where he's gone, but he's literally just gone to a team.
You did get a question, by the way, about looking at, if I can remember where it is, the guy from Monaco.
We looked at as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. Zagova's made a move to somewhere. I can't remember where he's gone. He's gone somewhere.
This is what I'm saying about Lang. It's like, where's, like, I mean, to be fair, Doué was close.
I did Akaluch as well, bruv. I've done Akaluch already. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Jake, go on.
I was saying, like, obviously, it's like, but to be fair, Doué was one that we nearly did last summer.
Yeah, Doué would have been.
It feels like Lang wants, like, he's trying to, like, get the lights out youngsters. Do you know what I mean? Like, youngsters he thinks are going to be, like, amazing. And I'm like, bruh, we can't be, we're not gambling Tottenham's future on your eye. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's a lot, like, because you look at Gray, for example, and I don't want to. I'm sure he could be a great. I'm not souring on him. I'm just like basically like, if you say that we have to spend this money on an 18-year-old because he's generational, then at what point does the generation kick in? Do you know what I mean? As in, like, it's almost like, because if you get to a point where it's like 2 seasons you're not seeing it, then it's like well, you bet he's gonna have to be brazy
Yeah.
after this to justify us doing this and us not having that £40 million spent on another player that we needed that could have helped the team right now.
Yeah, bro, yeah. I mean, look, you can't get every transfer right. I'll be real. Like, you're gonna make some mistakes in the market, but I think we just because I remember Turkey, right? It was on the radar, and there was a point when before City came in for him. It was the season before that when there was an opportunity we could have got him for like 25 mil. I think it was. I think it was 25 mil we could have gone in for him. But by then, I remember it was like he was seen as risky, temperamental. Do you know what I'm saying? You know how French players are, innit?
And Dembele vibes.
And
Probably,
Dembele vibes, do you know what I'm
everyone's
saying?
cool.
And I remember there was a clause in the contract from Textor, innit, saying like, there's going to be a buyback of 40%. And there's release clause, innit? 40% buyback clause, innit? Or not buyback, 40%. Whatever you sell him for,
Sell on clause.
Sell on clause, that's it, yeah. So I think maybe Levy looked at that and said, nah, I ain't doing that, bruv. Like, do you understand? So that's maybe why we missed out on that one.
You looked at this guy. Yeah, you looked. I remember you looked at him, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I remember the name.
Yeah, Glock was all right. Glock's all right still. Glock 10, but yeah.
Do you know what? My biggest problem with Archie Gray, and I used to slam him every week.
Yeah.
I like him on the ball, but it's off the ball where I need him to improve. And apparently on Saturday, Basuma was shouting a lot at him because he wasn't in the right positions at the right time. And this used to be my problem when he played centre back. Yeah. And I used to say his awareness of danger, he doesn't see it early enough. So he's in the wrong position, and it becomes a problem. Now, for me, if we used him in more of an attacking role, I think we'd see a better Archie Gray.
So like an 8, like he's more like an 8.
He just needs to get the defensive side out of his head.
But the thing is like, I think one thing I'll say about Frank is he's quite good with youngsters in terms of like, he won't. I don't know why Bazuma's shouting at him like he's he's in the right position anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Bazuma's shouting at you, you know things are wrong.
You know what I mean? You know, like when that meme when the guy's on the news and he's talking, and then on next to him is like wanted maniac, and it's a picture of him. That's what I'm looking at with Bazuma here. I'm like, what? No, it's fair. The thing with Gray is that like, this hyperbole about these young players that's the one that was sobering, because if Gray had gone to any other club, what I would have said is, this guy ain't better than Højbjerg. Like, what are you doing spending 40 million on a guy that's not better than Højbjerg? But as soon as he comes to Tottenham, I have to be a positive fan. Now I'm talking about now I own a painter and decorators. I'm talking about ceiling. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, and that's the fan in me, looking for positives. And I'm never going to begrudge me that. But the logic still remains like 40 million. And then to do it with Bergval as well. To do that when you're bringing in Bergval is actually fucking cheeky. Like, do you think you're at Brentford? Like, what club do you think you're at?
Answer me this, Jay. Did Spurs have a better 11 than Brentford?
This season just gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the back line carries us.
Yeah. Back line will always carry us.
I hear it.
Goalkeeper-wise, I think goalkeeper-wise, we were quite even, because I think Flecken was a good goalkeeper.
Nah, Flecken's dog shit, man.
Stop, but so's but Vicario's not. Nah, bro, they both made important saves, man. Vicario's not great.
Like, talking of keepers,
you're a secret tactical, Marlon. I'm onto you.
Talking of keepers, Kingski, yeah? He wants out, bro.
I don't know. Like,
He
listen.
wants out, bro. He's asking for the loan.
Nah, you guys
Come
are so,
on. That loan came out of nowhere, brother. Come
you
on.
guys are so easily pleased. Like, I'm looking. Go watch Donnarumma. Yeah, go watch Donnarumma, a guy who can't pass but is winning his team championships.
That's his guy, you know. Kingsky's his guy, bro.
But listen, I'm just saying, yeah. Like,
I like him.
I don't understand. Like, everyone's like, I like Kinski, but everyone's going way OTT. The guy cost us a number of games last season. Yeah, cost us more. Kinski cost us more games in 6 months than Vicario.
Yeah. But hold on. The reason why I will back Kinski on this, he never ever Vicario got Van der Ven and Romero playing in front of him, and when Vicario didn't have it, he made the mistakes. Kinski hasn't had that yet.
Vicario, I'm sorry. Vicario was playing. Vicario was playing in front of Dragusin and stuff.
Yeah, and he was making mistakes.
Vicario
was making mistakes.
He wasn't. He got injured.
Before he got injured, he was making mistakes. He was still making mistakes. He was still costing us goals.
Bro, do you remember when Kinski thought he was fucking Baresi and he was getting tackled in the North London derby? You know what I mean? Oh, youthful exuberance. Nah, bro, it's a fucking derby. What are you doing, mate?
But that's not his fault. He's new, bro. But the thing is, everyone says that. But the thing for me, him and Kinski and Vicario, what they're both good at is what they're both good at. The other goalkeeper has
they're opposite. They're opposite.
They're such opposites to each other.
I get that 100%. And I just think Kinski is good with his feet. He is good with his feet, and he's passing the ball, and he's pinging it. And yeah, we're playing nice passing triangles with our centre backs.
Yeah,
love that for us.
But you know what he's gonna do, because I've got a strange feeling Kinski will be his number one, because he can lay that long ball over the top, which we
not with those Poppadom wrists. He's not gonna.
But you
know what? Listen to me, guys. Kinski was out. Why has there been a loan move for Kinski? Why?
He wants to play.
That's rubbish now.
He wants to play. That's rubbish. He wants to play. Why is that loan coming out? No, that loan spun my head. I was like, huh? Like, everyone was baffled, didn't it? When you heard it, you must have been baffed. Come on. Because that's come out of nowhere.
Not really. Because
the club loan out Kinski? It makes no sense.
Because he was playing first team football, guaranteed every week for a European team. He's come to Tottenham. He does, and he's on developing age. He doesn't really want to sit as second fiddle.
Yeah,
Vicario.
He wants out, isn't it?
He wants a loan. He doesn't want full out.
I'm not saying full out.
I think Vicario is. I think long term, I don't think Vicario will be a Thomas Frank goalkeeper for what Thomas Frank needs.
Yeah, but I also think it's Vicario with his feet he's overstated that he's bad. I'm like, what?
He's not bad. He's just not.
He's decent.
He's okay-ish.
Nah, he's decent. Like, you guys are getting, honestly, you guys are getting mesmerized by Kinski paying quick passes at the back. That's what you guys are getting mesmerized by. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's the goalkeeper, isn't it?
Bro, listen, I like Kinski. He's a good keeper.
And he can catch crosses.
Yeah, okay. But I'm expecting Vicario to get, we've got this new goalkeeping coach. I expect him to do some good stuff with Vicario.
Hey, can we
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I couldn't believe, to be honest, that save that Kinski made against Luton, I was surprised he saved it. I'm not gonna lie.
So was I. I was like, I'm been circumventing the UK porn ban. You know, strong risks.
Can we talk about Son quick? Like, I just want to get everyone's thoughts on Son. And who could be the Son replacement? Is Garnacho the guy to replace Son? Like, is that the level? Is that the level?
Son's replacement's already here, mate.
Well, tell.
Yeah.
But come on, the fans want a marquee, innit? Like,
the fans have wanted a signing since Kudus. We ain't got one.
Yeah, I know that, but on a real though, guys, what were you saying about the left hand side? If Son goes, surely another player comes in, no?
No, Barry Tell. And Rich.
I think we'll bring a player in.
You don't think we'll play in?
I don't
Seriously?
think we'll play in. Yeah, seriously.
We have to bring a player in.
Come on, hey Marlon, come on,
Bro.
But that's what I'm saying,
come
Marlon.
on.
That's what I'm saying. Like whether you think it's going to be a 10 or whatever, like as in a creative.
The club haven't shown me that they'll go and do exactly what we need.
You think we're going into this season with Odubert Talon as our left wing options? You don't rate us as a football club. Well,
with Kudus as well. With Kudus as well, bro. I don't rate. I never look. For me, I have PTSD when it comes to transfer windows.
Nah, but we're not taking the piss like that.
Nah, man, we are. Because we just spent 3 weeks trying to get Gibbs White, and we're still sitting there going, we need this, we need this, we need this.
Okay. Now you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, Gibbs White wasn't.
No, but like I said earlier, I wasn't expecting, for me, Gibbs White wasn't the one I was expecting, but we literally are going to be playing a Super League Cup in how many days or weeks, and
we're still.
What? Are you brave with PSG? Yeah, you brave,
bro? What do you mean with 1 week training against Thomas White's tricky Lily Whites? I think not.
Hey, where's the goals? Where's the progression coming? All right, cool. Where's the goals coming
from? Transition merchants.
I tell you what. The thing that worries me most is going into this season is if Solanke is not playing. After what I saw against Lyon.
Can I just get an understanding of this? Because everyone praised Solanke, yeah. And I'm gonna say something controversial because this is the problem.
I'm here for it.
Because he's not great, by the way. He's not great.
No, don't worry. I'm not attributing you saying he's outstanding on the field. I'm just looking at it from the point of view of saying, when I'm looking, I call it the curse of knowledge. Do you know what I mean? It's the curse of knowledge. I can always find logical positives about anything. Do you know what I mean? But it will always belie my true opinion. Thing is that I wrote a lot in Ange's first season about Son's evolution to be a number 9, and that it's a normal thing for players his age to evolve from being that. Fan base started killing him because he wasn't peak John Carew. I said, what? Like these guys, oh, he don't hold the ball up with his back to the goal. I'm seeing 5'9" tiny guys like Visa scoring 19 goals a season, but people are telling me because Son don't play like Chris Wood, he can't play up front, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, Ange comes out and buys a £60 million forward, yeah, and now Son has to play on the wing. We just swapped him to number 9 and he'd been effective, yeah. And now you buy a £60 million forward, and to keep your guy in the team, he has to play left wing, which we've seen a noticeable decline in him in that position.
Yeah, but Son.
Yeah, no, hold on. And then on top of this, Son, are you honestly telling me if Son had played number 9 all last season instead of Solanke, would he have got less goals?
You would have got more goals.
Of course, because you would have bought a better left winger to play with him. Yeah, and it would have been better for the team per se. Solanke gets a lot of grace, yeah, in this situation because Son was at least a last man runner. Solanke's dropping. Where you going, bro? Get up there. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think? Yeah, if Richarlison goes as well, and that's a big if because I think he
loves it at Tottenham. He gets to post a meme every so often. Hey, how much? Do something in the shit house, score a goal.
Do you believe that the club want him out though, or do you think
Yes, I think, but I don't think it's like me being in a relationship and I'm no longer in love with the woman, yeah, and the relationship's dwindling. You can end the relationship, Jay.
Why can't it be the other way around?
Exactly. I can just gaslight her until she dumps me. Exactly. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you.
I just, you know what makes me so frustrated? This 1 in, 1 out model. It really frustrates me because if it is true that my logic, my logic is that, and I said at the start with Langer and with Paratici, is towards the back end that they got rid of the players. Wouldn't it make sense then, if it's the back end when we get rid of the players, to bring players in before that? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Does my logic not make sense or not?
So do an Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's what Arsenal do. Arsenal bring in the players first, and then go, okay, who do we need to get rid of? Bang, 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 bang. Liverpool, to be fair to them, I was doing something with a Liverpool fan a couple of days ago because he was saying, I was like, how have you spent all this money? Where the hell does it come from? And actually, if you look at their last 6, 7 windows, I think there was only one window where they spent more than Tottenham. So I was like, oh, okay, you got me there. So you're looking, other clubs will buy first, think about the problems later. And Manchester United have probably been the kings of that. So I get it, but Spurs just never will work in that way. They just try to.
Yeah, so like for me, because that would have made more sense from when we bought a striker, then like Richarlison has to go. Do you understand? A striker that can play out wide as well. So like you said, Jade, like the Wisa profile where he plays up top, but he can also play out wide as well. So then Spurs can play a front two if need be. Do you know what I'm saying? So we could
But
play.
isn't that the problem though with Spurs? Because we have too many players that can play multiple positions instead of being good in actually one position.
Well, if you look at Man City also have that model where they have quality players that can play in more than one position. So
But
it makes
the
the squad
player,
it doesn't make the squad as bulky,
yeah.
and then you have less unhappier players because
Yeah, but if I said to you, but then if I said to you, if I went and said who Manchester City's probably the linchpin players that you'd go, yeah, they're the best. You probably go Haaland and Rodri, the two players that don't go into any other position, and probably the centre backs.
Yeah, so you would have two players.
You still have and Kevin De Bruyne to a certain extent.
Yeah, you've got certain players that your spine is around.
Yeah,
you understand.
But your spiners will not be the ones who move, and that's the problem that I think Spurs have. We don't have a spine. Where we used to have that when we had the Tongan, Alderweireld, Wanyama when he was there, or Dyer, and then you had Dembele, and then you had Eriksen, and then obviously Kane up top. So you always had players that were good and who didn't have to move, but the rest of the team can. So I get what you're saying, but I think we have too many players that play in too many multiple positions. So when it comes to when you want them to be good, in that,
just on that, then, do you think that Thomas Frank has that mindset where he wants a player that is a specialist rather than a player that's a bit more fluid?
I don't know. I mean, Kudus is still going to play two positions.
Kudus is going to play two positions.
Because I looked at Gibbs White, and I think Gibbs White could play in 8 or the 10. Do you understand? Yeah. I think he's a player that can play multiple positions. So when I looked at the signing, and Kudus as well, as you just said, that's two players that are multifaceted. Do you understand? I don't know if he's going to have the same. And I do maybe this your point. Your point's got legs.
Maybe this is where Paulinho does come in, because Paulinho can actually, for being completely honest, is a one position kind of guy. And maybe that's why I said he'll have the impact that he will need until we need to move him on. And I've always said that it's all right having all these players that can play multiple positions, but let's take Dom Solanke. He can't play any other position than up front, but as people said, he kills our transition. So maybe if we had more players that were good in one position and then we filled everyone around them, maybe that will start. That's what needs to work. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at how other clubs work.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, isn't it? But there is that. Again, come back to Paulinho, and I hate to go back to the same point. There is the worry that everyone's pinning their hopes that we're getting the fuller Paulinho. What if we don't get the full Paulinho? Because everyone's looking at the old clips, everyone's got the old memories to understand. But there's a possibility we don't get that player, and he doesn't run around the pitch quite the same. Because remember, he's got to cover a lot of ground in that Spurs team to stop transitions, because that's going to be our biggest problem under Frank, I think. Stopping transitions.
Does it not depend on Bentancur, Basuma, Berival, whoever the number 8 is? Doesn't it depend on that, on how much Paulinho really has to do?
It depends, yeah. It does depend on what 8 we bring in next to Paulinho. Do you understand? Because
someone like Bentancur and Basuma, because they're more defensively minded, he won't need to use his legs. But if he comes, if he's playing with Berival,
I think if Paulinho comes, I think if Paulinho comes, Basuma's gone. That's what I think. Even though, as I said before, there's this situation where, and I said this thing where he's going to have that situation. Is Frank a yes man, or is he a man of his own? Like, he wants his players in, because the narrative is that Gibbs White was his player. That's the player that he wanted at Brentford before. And coming into Spurs, he picked him. He said, "This is the player I like. I want him in." And but anyone else now coming in, could it be a case of he gets a different player, which is lower class, he doesn't get what he wants, and then it pops down? Is that scenario as well?
Possibly.
Because I don't know. I'm not saying that's the right thing, because it's very subjective. Because if fans get a player in that's a number 8 and we don't like him, for example, if we get a player in like El Cahunas, for example, it's a cheap signing. We got a player from Leicester who's relegated. Typical Tottenham. Typical Levy. Do you know what I'm saying? Thomas Frank wasn't backed. You know how the rhetoric is, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lange is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Langer, he's picking all these young players. Da, 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 da. All of a sudden, Thomas Frank's a yes man. Now what? Do you understand? And then
Thomas
results
Frank, but Thomas Frank's was always gonna be a yes man.
I think so as well. I'll be honest with you.
That was never gonna. When we hired Thomas Frank, I don't think any fan went out there and went, "Oh, he's gonna give the ball." He wasn't gonna be as fiery as Conte. And I was expecting, to be fair, I was quite disappointed with Ange, because I thought he'd be a bit more, hold on, no, I know the way I want to play. You know how he was to the media? I was expecting him to be like that, but he got to the point where he was like happy to be in the job. Tottenham was the big club. But actually, he should have gone with his.
Do you think Ange like wanted to call out the board for a little bit, or nah? Do you think he'll ever come out of his book and say like, I really wanted this player?
January, yeah. January was probably the one time it nearly slipped.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that like at that point his bargaining position was weaker because his management wasn't as great as it is. It was a difficult.
And they were just losing games, yeah.
And the quarter club, like had we won a few more games, it was. I remember the Leicester game. It was like there was just games. Yeah, it was games that it was just like Wolves when we conceded a late goal, and even Fulham, we weren't good, but we were in front and we should have just held on. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what we had, and that's just like 7 points right there before we start looking at other games like Palace and blah blah blah. So I feel like it wasn't that we gave up; it was just tactically he couldn't close the gap. But it's like the Premier League is such a high quality league now. I look back sometimes and think, man, like, is there many like if you put that defense into any team in the Premier League, yeah, would any of them win games? Like any team, like you can keep the front 7 players, but if you put like the back 4 and goalie that Spurs were playing with at times into any team in the Premier League, even like Liverpool, put them in Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool would be winning games too.
Of course, the Liverpool, because Van Dijk's very important to their whole system. So I do agree.
I think we kind of skated over that, because I brought up the Son point, yeah, and I don't know. I felt like you kind of went past it a little bit.
No,
didn't it?
No, listen. I'm basically was just making the point that like people called Son washed for it's when you make greatness mediocre. Do you know what I mean? Or you basically you normalize what you did in the first season under Ange to such a point where he was just okay. Oh, he's okay. 20-something goal GA. He's just okay. Oh, whatever.
So would you keep him then? That's what I'm asking. Would you keep him?
I think it's very
famous as a striker with
I think the thing is like if I had a choice between Son, I'd rather I could use Richie as a left winger. He's still got some effect, sort of bit of juice there, but it's scraping the barrel. It's 2025, 26. You're saying Richarlison left wing, Son up front. I'm like, let Unk go. Do you know what I mean? Unk can go. Like, it's just
Uncle Sonny,
Yeah, where's the unction? Go to LA, brother.
With Lloris in it and pop some champagne.
That's what I'm saying. He can join Lloris in the unction.
That man will be driving the whip, crashing whips all the time.
Yeah. Oh my days, steady, steady. But yeah, no. Listen, I think it's one of those things where it's very difficult going off the first couple of games of preseason. I know you can't, but it's difficult to be like, should he be coming in, fighting fit, hungry?
But what I want to know, would you keep him to the Super Cup, or would you say after career tour, bye, see you later?
I don't think it makes a difference. I feel like it seems like he's leaving. Yeah, so it
It's
doesn't
just a
make.
matter of time when, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'd rather the players that are going to be here. I would love to see him lift that trophy, but at the point is, I'd rather the players that are here, go into next season. The career tour is a nice farewell almost. People might be like, "Oh, this is not." I'm like, "Nice. Why would he not want to do that? He might never go to Korea with his team again. Do you know what I mean? It's probably a good thing for him.
To be fair, it's in the contract that if we're going, he has to be there. So we've got no
We
choice.
lose money as well. It's like
Yeah,
5
we lose a
million.
lot of money. We
I
get
still
a
want
lot
to
of
know.
fines.
I still want to know who is the Son replacement. That's what I want to know.
Garnacho probably.
You lot can think it's another player coming in. It is gonna be Tell.
It's not going to be Tell.
It's gonna be Tell, Odegaard, and Kudus. Yeah, those are your three.
So you
and Richie too.
All right, so Marlon, would you be happy though if like Jay's saying Garnacho? Would you be happy if it was Garnacho if that was the
No, I won't be happy with his Garnacho.
No, you can't.
I don't trust Man United players, man. Anyone who's been at Man United, I don't trust them.
I mean, the thing is that if they're gonna do that, right? I'm trying to rationalize this. Yeah, like, okay, they'd have lost Werner, Moore, and Son. Yeah, Werner, Moore, Son. Yeah, Kulu's injured, right? And you're telling me that we're not gonna buy a forward? That's wild to me. Like, we have to. It'll probably be Grealish, to be fair.
Yeah, it'll probably be Grealish last minute.
You don't think it'll be that Leon brother that I can't pronounce his name.
Fofana.
Begins with Fofana's got Liverpool. The one from Leon, he plays up front sometimes, but can play on the wing. Begins with an M. Begins with an M.
All I'm gonna say is the way Textor and Marinakis are in each other's pockets. Yeah. I won't be surprised.
Oh, you actually block it. Anything with a Leon.
That much.
Let's go fuggery. Hey, you know what? Listen, there's a story there, you know. You know what he reminds me of? The brother from Spider-Man. You know the boss of Spider-Man, the white suit. And he's got the walking stick. Kingpin.
Okay.
He moves like Kingpin, bro. Or what's Superman bad guy? Lex Luthor. He's just evil, brother. He's just evil. He's like I said, the guy from Death Row, man.
Suge
Knight, man. It gives me Suge Knight vibes. The way he just he's something else, man.
Oh yeah, Fofana's on his way to Everton, isn't he?
I thought he's going to Everton.
He's going to Everton, yeah. Fofana's going
I
to
thought they wanted Grealish as well. I thought Everton wanted Grealish.
And mate, Everton ain't signed nobody, so they'll take anybody. They'll sign all them players.
I'll tell you I'd take from Everton though. And die.
I thought you was gonna say him. He's good on the ball, but his end product's a bit.
How much did you get last season?
I can't remember.
You got a couple.
Yeah, you got a couple.
5, 6, 5.
He was. I know why you want that because he's exciting on the ball.
More than that, man. Yeah, but I'm saying that like the dual ball running between him and Kudus would be crazy. No.
We just need another Kudus on the left. That's
he got 9. He got 9 goals.
Exactly. Actually. Behave. Yeah, and Kudus got 5.
Yeah, but Everton finished above us.
He outscored him.
So he should be scoring. And they finished above my West Ham, didn't they?
Don't sleep on him, die. You know what? You know what impressed me when we played. I remember with Conte, and we're in the League Cup.
Yeah,
we got knocked out by Sheffield United, and Ndiaye just came out of nowhere. I said, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah. Don't blame that game on Conte. Conte was sick in Italy, man.
I'm just saying that's what I noticed in Broski. That's what I was like, who's this guy? Do you know what I'm saying? Then he got the move to Everton and he carried it on. And I was just like,
he's a good player, don't get me wrong. But I think, again, what you're asking for, though, like...
I hear it. In terms of goals, contribution...
Yeah, the guys, we are looking for Champions League quality players to come in and help us here in the Champions League. At this present moment, we'd be lucky to... Well, not lucky to qualify, because a lot of teams qualify, but we'll be lucky to... Could we go the whole campaign and not win more, lose about 6 games in it? Possibly.
Look. I don't know. If Son's to go for 20, 30 million, and people aren't going to like this, and me, Jay, you were there, innit, when we did the show. Semenyo.
Yeah, I love Semenyo, but they won't sell it now.
So they said 70 mil, no? That's why they said 70 mil.
New contract.
This summer. New contract, bro. We ain't going anywhere this summer.
Oh, you're hijack Lookman then. You better hijack Lookman.
Well, Lookman for me is one of them where he's probably better off outside the Premier League than coming back into it. And I said the same thing about Sancho.
You know
Sancho is
what?
better
You
off
know
out
what?
of it, not in it.
I'm not gonna disagree. You know what it is with Lookman, and I've watched him a few times, and I'm like, there's something about his dribbling. It's a bit messy. I don't know what.
It's suited for
Mm.
it's suited for a German or an Italian league, but
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be. And this is what I said about Sancho. Sancho should never have come back to the Premier League. He should have stayed overseas because he was more suitable. His temperament and everything was more suited to overseas. But they came back to the Premier League and didn't think it. And I think Noni Madueke is the same.
I reckon. You reckon he's gonna flop at
Yeah,
Arsenal?
I don't think he'll be. Yeah, I didn't really understand that signing for them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Madueke. The thing with Madueke is like I like the player, but it's like I
Yeah,
get what you're saying. It's like you can't. Aesthetics is a thing. Like he's got those Wan-Bissaka legs.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's like you can't. How in confined spaces, how clean could he possibly be? There's got to be a cap
So,
on the cleanness of his dribbling.
so wait, where do we put Garnacho on this level then? Where's Garnacho fit in this?
No, Garnacho's got like explosion. Like Garnacho
Mm.
can just go past you. Like I like Garnacho. I think Garnacho's kind of, but I'm a CM Punk when it comes to underrated ballers. The voice of the voiceless.
Do you know what? I hear it. Do you know what it is with Garnacho? Because I was like you, Jay. When I first saw him, I was like, why do Man United fans not like him? I don't get it. This time about him. I always see him pop up in areas and score goals, and he's just a problem. But then, like, I had to. One time we were on a show, and I think it was a show of Cass, and Cass goes,
I knew that was coming.
Garnacho,
Kaz will
don't
tell
like
you.
him. Garnacho, don't like him. He's shit. Blah, blah, blah. I was ignoring it, whatever. And then he brought up Johnson, innit? He goes, I'll take Johnson. I was like, Johnson? How do you not like Garnacho, but you like Johnson? No, but
Yeah.
Johnson gets goals. But then I just saw the reverse. Like, I was like, because we watch Johnson like
Yeah.
closely,
Closely,
we
week
know
in, week
his
out.
flaws, innit? And then I thought, right, he must know Garnacho's flaws, innit? So then I started watching him a bit closer, innit? So I'm looking at Garnacho, and it's his decision making. He
Yeah.
needs to be refined and polished. Every
But
time he crosses, anytime he shoots, getting blocked, and he comes across as selfish, like a me person. Like I'm main character vibes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. So I don't know if that's an issue.
Well, I would offset that with the fact that he made some of his best breakthroughs under our coach. Because
Who's Garnacho?
Justin Cochrane worked with Sancho when he was younger, when he was breaking through.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah.
So
And
if
Mainu as
anyone,
well. He went to Mainu as well.
he's only 20 years old. You know what I mean? Like he's been around since he was like 17 or something.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
he's been doing work. He's been mashing work from early. Still, I can't lie.
Like, I still think there's a player in there. To be
But
fair,
by the way, in the chat, we have spoken about this player El
Kanush.
Canus.
Elkanish, yeah.
El
we
Canus.
did.
Jay, what was your thoughts on El Canus? Did you want him?
I take him and Paulinho together. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said.
I remember
Yeah,
now.
I
Yeah.
Remember it now.
I'm not mad at it, and the reason why I'm not mad at it is because people were twerking for Jashari, yeah, who's in the Belgium league, which is weaker than the Premier League. Do you understand? And El Canus came from that same league and matched a similar type of work. Do you understand? It's only because he come Prem and he went to Leicester, people are upset. Do you get it? But when he was in the same league, if he came from Belgium and he didn't go to Leicester, people would be talking very differently about him. Because like Jashari, he plays deep, innit? Jashari plays deep and like Fred's balls from like further back. Do you understand? So boy, I don't know, innit? I'm just saying, like, it's a bit mad. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I do hear the concerns because, like you said, Marlon, we're going from Gibbs White, like Prem proven, 3 seasons. He's getting 15 GA minimum.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to a player that got 2-3 goals. One of them, obviously, against us, though. Do you know what I mean? That's when I noticed him as well. When he scored against us, I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was
Who was a goal for that? For Cario?
No,
Probably.
Yeah.
no.
But I remember
Vicario was injured.
Hey, the narratives.
Cheap bastards. Vicario was injured for that game, man.
Hey, Marlon's like that. I remember Vardy scoring first, innit? And then within
Yeah,
5 or
Vardy
10
scored
minutes,
first.
remember within 5
Imagine
minutes,
thinking Vicario was in net for that.
mad. But within 5 minutes, they banged again, and it was him that scored. But I
Yeah,
just
he
remember
scored.
him because he was running it. I remember Bentancur couldn't get a hold of him. He was
Yeah,
running
but
rings around him.
that was the game where everyone, when Kinski can't save shots, it goes between his wrists. That was the last goal.
So now you remember Kinski was in net for it.
Of course.
Mad thing. But listen, and you know why I even remember it more? Because I remember talking to a box office afterwards. And you know how box office is. Like, he needs to prove it to me. He needs to prove it to me. He mentioned El Kudus to me. I remember he was like, that El Kudus, he was playing well. I remember like he played well straight after the Leicester game. So that's why that brother stood out in my head. I was like, yeah, you know what?
It's funny because I was saying he was crap to the tacticals before that game because I was like, he's not doing anything. He's like, it's like a Buonanotte. You know, he's a tactical
Buonanotte,
favorite, but like he's too inconsistent. But yeah, I think if we can get an Canus, he's a good player. Like he profiles similarly to Gibbs White.
Do you know what? RB Leipzig got in for him. Man United wanted him, and Arsenal also wanted him as a competition for Odegaard.
I don't think we're going to be making any transfers until we get back. But I think hopefully, like Paulinho, like I said,
wait. Say that again. We're not going to make any transfers before, huh?
Before we get back from tour. Yeah.
Do you know how many days we got until we play that Super Cup final, brother? Are you confident that we go into that Super Cup final with no more signings?
If we get Paulinho, yeah.
Do you think we'll get Paulinho? You said you're not going to get no more signings, though. You said
no. I don't think we'll get a signing before we finish the tour.
Yeah, but then
Paulinho might come just before the Bayern Munich game because they'll be in the same. You know, they can do everything while they're in the same country.
Oh, yeah, they might announce it afterwards after the cup's lifted.
Oh God!
By the way, we've got to sign it for you guys.
Oh, the deal will get done then. That's the deal. That's when we'll do the deal.
Then that's mad though, because do you think though we're going to play a full strength team against any of these preseason teams, or do you think we're still experimenting?
Well, I think we'll play half and half tomorrow, innit?
Nah, I don't think he will go half and half tomorrow. I think Newcastle in the Bayern Munich game, he'll probably go a bit mishmash. But the Arsenal game, I think, will be as strong as we can think. Because Arsenal been going strong. Arsenal been strong in it, and he can't risk it.
Do you think, because he keeps mentioning Arsenal, he keeps putting his foot in it. He's like, yeah, Arsenal are like great team. Oops, I mean, like they're the world best. I mean, he keeps messing up in it. But
I don't think realism is messing up. Like Arsenal are one of the best teams in Europe.
Yeah, but obviously, as a new head coach,
Spurs fans that fragile that they can't.
Yes, we are.
I think they are.
We ain't lying.
All of them are built like us. I'll be real. But do you think the fan base lose it though if we lose against Arsenal like heavily? Like if it's like a 3-0,
if we get back, I don't care. But it's pre-season. I remember.
I know you don't care. That's not the question, Jay.
Yeah, we can't. If we get bad, we're like Spurs fans are gonna lose it. We can't get bad against Arsenal.
Yeah, but Spurs fans lose it over everything. Like,
but honestly, Arsenal's a different kettle of fish.
Like, it is and it's not. It's just.
But Jay, real rap. If we don't win any preseason games, how do you feel going into that?
We've already won a preseason game.
No. From that, I mean, like, because obviously it's League One. Reading's League One, isn't it?
So it's Arsenal, Newcastle, Bayern Munich. Those are the next 3 games.
Yeah, Arsenal, Newcastle, Bayern Munich. Yeah, if we don't win any, then obviously, well, we're a bit shit. But like, we're losing to teams that arguably are going to be above us.
Jay, so are you coming back to the rival show? If you can't step us up.
Me? No. I mean, there's
politics aside.
Man
said politics aside.
That's a trick question.
You guys, this Marinakis and Morgan's right behind the scenes ain't got nothing on this. I'll say.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, I'll say.
It's mental. It's
Yeah,
mental.
I'll go
It's only
with.
meant to be a rival show. No politics allowed.
We'll tell you later. But listen, we will play what we can do. I'll be honest, yeah, I've
You
been
know, team's gonna have
actually
that up. You
quite
know, Tuna Mitch, they're gonna be like this.
yeah.
You
Oh
know
God,
that.
yeah. I've been surprised we've not been able to be that creative. Actually, I expected a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that a worry though? Like that we're not more creative?
Yes and no. It's not a worry on behalf of the fact that we've got no playmakers at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's real.
fair enough. But it's also on the fact of like patterns of attack. I'm like, hello, where are you? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not really seeing much in terms of like patterns yet, but I was spoiled because Andrew's first game when we were playing those patterns, it was like how we played Barcelona. And it was like,
Yeah, do you remember that? I won at West Ham.
West Ham was 45 minutes. I was in.
I was in. I was like, what is going on here? So quickly.
And we lost.
I know. I was sold. I was sold then. I was
yeah.
like,
So like we're becoming solid. You know, solid,
hard to
difficult
beat.
to beat.
Hard to
You know,
beat,
like
yeah.
when we started, and that's fine. You know, I have no issue with that. We're trying to build from a solid base. You know, and some of the first few games might be a bit boring. They might, but they said the same thing about Maresca. I remember last year they was like, oh, he's not very like his style of play and this and that. So, so the thing is that, and it's a fair point what AB just said. If we haven't got creativity without playmakers, then you're relying on individual skills. But on the flip side, you're always relying on individual quality.
You are.
In every position. You know, if your centre backs don't have a requisite level of quality, then they're going to get turned upside down by talented strikers.
Even playing out from the back, like
Exactly. So it's like
ball.
so it's difficult to just be like, well, even Arsenal, things like that. One thing I would be interested in is discussing, if we have a slither of time, Mikey Moore. What you guys think about that? Whether you've discussed it?
No, I'm happy for him to go personally, to go Rangers.
I'd rather him go Celtic, if I'm being honest.
But
But that's just me.
I think it'll be good for him to get like just
The thing is with Mikey Moore, and just to add to it, is that he doesn't really do anything for 88 minutes, but he'll do two good things in a game in which 2 minute spells, but it'll be effective. And I think that's the thing he needs to learn.
Do you remember Nathan Adua?
No, I'll be honest with you.
You don't?
Yes, the guy that went to Rangers. He went to Rangers. Yeah.
But he went to Rangers, but where did he come from?
He was
our academy.
He was our academy player, wasn't
he? Our academy, yeah. He was meant to be the next big thing, weren't he?
He was. He played a couple of pre-seasons.
Oh, wait, say his name again.
Nathan Adua. Is it Adua?
That's listen, I know anyway, don't worry. But yeah, I know you're talking about now. Yeah. I remember it now.
I'm like
I know it's people basically, but yeah, I'll talk about
so he was a player where I remember seeing him in pre-season under Poch, and I was like, this guy's amazing.
I know his sister.
And steady. So but I was just like, in terms of the so I was looking at it, and when I saw just that moment Williams Barnett, I was like, oh, like in the preseason friendly, where he skilled somebody on the edge of the box, and it was like, oh, this is nice. With Mikey Moore, I remember seeing, once I saw him a couple of times, I'm a bit like, it reminds me of Joe Cole without the skills.
Okay.
Do you remember how Joe?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Remember how Joe Cole used to run and how he used to do his stuff, but he had mad feet.
Yeah.
And it's like immense football. Oh shit!
Is that Deliveroo? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna say, what bad bee's knocking on your door at this time?
Yeah.
Man said he's gonna be Joe Cole without the skills. Oh, that is so mad. I can't believe he said that about Mikey Moore. I don't know.
Mikey Moore and Nathan Wanyeri, they're the two next big names, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But obviously, Wanyeri's
But Ranieri has
More
it
or less.
easier because he's in a successful team. When Mikey Moore's trying to play in
No,
a team.
stop that, bro. No,
It's
man,
easy to.
bro. Come on,
It's
Ethan
easier.
last season was
It's
getting the
easy.
ball from 30 yards, dribbling and slapping it in top bins
Yeah, but it's easier
multiple
to.
times.
Yeah, but
I
it's
saw him
easier
do
to
it.
be in a team. It's easier as a youth
No,
player to
bro,
come
that's
into a
him,
successful
bro.
team. Nah, it is. If you went, if you put Ranieri and us, he won't be doing exactly the same. I tell you that now.
Bro, like I think he would.
I
Like,
don't think he would.
Bro, listen, I'm saying when I saw the guy come on, because I remember watching this guy. I think I saw him against Bolton, came on, top bins. I remember he played the games against Leicester in the Premier League and Arsenal weren't winning. And he came on and he changed the game. Like he himself at 16 was moving to Premier League players. And then he was scoring screamers in the League Cup. Then he started scoring in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I'm like,
further along. He's further along.
bro, I'm like, the guy was.
Yeah, but he's further along because he's in a team that's going to be on the ball. They're more successful and they've got big players that he can be around.
But that's not.
But Mikey Moore hasn't got that.
Mikey
Moore hasn't got that, and I think that's the big difference. If you went and put Mikey Moore in Arsenal,
nope,
I reckon we'd see a different player.
No, because
I'm not saying he'd be better. I'm not saying he'd be better than Ranieri, but I think we'd see a better outcome and a better output.
But Ethan. It's
also, easy to cut. Yes,
but Ethan plays. No, but Ethan's played centrally as well a lot of the time. And central is hardest
player. But he's been ineffective centrally. He's been ineffective. He's been better when he's been playing on the right.
What did you think of Tian? I can't say his name. Tian and Thompson performance?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Promising.
Or what do you think, like, compared to what Mikey Moore did against Luton? Like,
he was more effective than Mikey Moore. Like, but it's like the thing with Mikey Moore is like, it's like I don't know what kind of winger you're trying to be.
I don't think he's a winger. I think he's a 10.
Bro, he played 10. Did he play 10 against Luton?
He did, but he was missing. But I just think like he's got a lot more developing to do, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Listen,
that's what I think, innit? So I don't know. When you're in a 10 versus Mikey Moore in a 10, I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, but he's miles off Ethan in the 10. Like,
Ethan,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I'm looking at the minute. But
yeah, but
I mean, Marlon probably sees him as a winger. I don't know.
How old is Yang?
Yeah, Yang for me.
They're like a similar age, no?
Talking about Yang.
1 year? Is he 1 year?
You know what I would have done if I was Spurs? I would have gone to PSG and said, "Here's some money for Lee Kang-in." Now that Son's going. Yeah. I think he's the Korean Bernardo Silva. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. He's good.
I think he's quality, bro. I'll be real. I think I don't know.
He doesn't play, and he doesn't play every week for the PSG.
He doesn't play every week, bro. He doesn't start. But he will start for us. If we're looking at players like McAtee and Elliott, we definitely can get a Lee. Do you know what I'm saying? Lee could definitely come into the team.
Especially with his hero. Well, not his hero because he had to fight, didn't he? But
then man, Son boxed them up, innit? Like
Son boxed him up, yeah.
Boxed him up. You know that when Michael Jackson just punched up? Was it Tupac? He punched up. He drapes up Tupac, innit? Michael Jackson.
Did he?
Yeah. Do you not know that?
That doesn't sound accurate.
Hey, Google it, man.
Apparently it's true. Yeah.
Tupac.
Hey, look, all I'm going to say is you can't fact check it. None of them are here to tell us if it was true or not.
He grew up with bare brothers. He had the Jackson 5. Remember, them man used to rough him up, you know?
That's why he can dance, isn't it?
You know God, bro. Trust me. But anyway, I've gone left.
Yeah. Back to Lee, yeah? Lee Kang-in.
I think Lee would come in and cook, bro. Like, them PSG brothers. Remember, he's against Doué, Kvaratskhelia. He's against... who else? Dembele. So of course he's not really going to get in. You know what I'm saying? So, but he can play the midfield role. He could do the 8 role.
I hear it, but I feel like he's got like Everton written all over him, hasn't
he? Everton. Yeah. You know what it is? You like more physical players. I think that's what it is.
It's more to do with the fact that like there's a lot of these kind of players, and it's like there's a lot of good.
Big up, Sean. Go on.
Yeah. What's going on? There's a lot of good players who can add value, but it's just like, you know what it is? I think it's Johan Lang. He's making me boring. I'm being way too practical. I'm being practical. I'm like, we're not going to sign him.
No, I hear it.
But if there's a reasonably established Premier League attacking midfielder looking for a new opportunity, there is a home for him at Tottenham. We're just boring. We're just boring in the transfer window at the moment.
I honestly think if Langer got Turkey,
He would, bro. It would be flavor overload for Johan Lang.
Imagine if we got Doué and Turkey. Come on.
What do you mean? Listen, Johan Lang.
We'll be talking different about him.
Listen, I like Johan Lang, but he eats butter and ham sandwiches. That is how he approaches. That is how he approaches our transfers. Butter, ham, and a little bit of lettuce.
Go like dishwater.
Where is our imagination? There is no imagination here.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's Langer. I want to wait to the end of the window to be proven right, if that makes sense. Because like Langer's got to do something out the ordinary now to kind of pull this around. Because a lot of fans are onto him. They're saying Langer. Because you know what it is? Because you know what it is? Marlon, before you come in, you know what it is? The narrative has moved from Levy because of the whole Charrington thing. The Charrington and the Vinay thing. So now people can't really go after Levy because Levy's got a backhand roll.
You know what? I'm gonna ask a question.
I was like, no, yes, I can go after Levy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's why I set it up though. It's like alley hoop still, but God.
No, I'm not going after Levy. I'm gonna ask. I just want to question Spurs fans.
Go on.
How in the world have we let an ex-Arsenal man come in and this is the man we all believe in? How in the world have we won that? Like, I don't get it.
Emotional tribalism, my favorite.
Who is Vinay to like? This is
who is Vinay? Who is this CEO who has spent his life getting to this level and attaining a level of quality? Who is he to go into a football club and do his job? I tell you,
bro. I'll tell you what it is. Apparently, I don't know. This is me with my silver hat on. So hear me out. Yeah. He was the one that opened the door for Kudus. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that made that Kudus deal happen. You know what I mean? It weren't Langer.
No, it was Levy. It was Levy. I trust Levy did that.
It was Levy.
I give him credit.
Levy got the Kudus one.
He's like, if I have to give someone credit, I'll give it. If I must, I'll give it Levy. If I have
Levy, then he went to the ex-Arsenal man. That is funny, man.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, I can't. Everyone, it's really bugged me because I don't know what it is. I hate Arsenal that much. Yeah, but why the hell why are we giving Vinay the keys to go? He's this messiah. I don't care. He's ex-Guna. He's been with the enemy. There's a lot of trust issues.
Fickle. Listen, at the end of the day, whoever delivers the goods, like, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter about your past. You know what I'm saying? If Levy delivered Kudus, like we give you. Go on.
You just reminded me though as well. Rafael Leao and Rodrigo.
I didn't want to bring it up, but go on. Go on.
But you know what? If he brings those two in, yeah, I think I might give Vinay a pass.
No, but they've already fired off pretty much Rodrigo, innit? Saying like it was the agent talking. The agent was trying to get the move and
like, there's no way.
I'm with you, innit? You see, if I Leao and loads of people are funny because you know what it is. It depends on what type of Spurs fan you are. Because don't get it twisted. There's different Spurs fans. We're not all the same. We all support the same club, but we have different levels of expectations. Do you understand? Because there's certain man that will hear Rafael Leao and say, he's not good enough. I don't want him in my club. And I hear it to an extent because what they're saying
what do you mean?
No. No, let me land.
What do you mean? Hey, no, you expand on I hear it, please.
Wait. Basically, they're saying
listening to Sean.
He's lazy, innit? He's lethargic. In like the way he plays, I get the kind of lazy vibes because when he sometimes passes, he looks kind of uninterested. Like, you know, like some players are dynamic off the ball, they want to get on it, they're kind of hungry. He doesn't really do that. He only gets excited when he's on ball, like when he's able to dribble, when he's able to take his man on. Then you see Leao, innit? And he's got the physicality, he's got the end product, finishing, creativity, all of it. But off the ball, like you don't really see him in it. So it almost feels like a luxury player. And then are you gonna carry a player?
Is that Son's replacement though that you wanted?
I would love Leao as a Son replacement. I'll be dead real. Do you know what I'm saying? Eugene don't want him. Big up Eugene. I'm taking that, bro. As a marquee, I'm
Christian,
taking
you missed. This is someone Ash wanted, by the way.
But this is what I'm trying to say. It depends on what type of Spurs fan you are, because some Spurs fans will turn their nose up and say they don't want Leao. He's not a team player. He's not, and I hear it. Do you understand? And that's what I said. That's what I mean by it. So you guys can come back on it. You can rebuttal what I've just said. But I'm saying, raw. If we don't get Leao, who then? I want to know. Like, I'm saying,
I personally, I would like Gordon. Like, I would have tried.
What? Gordon from Newcastle?
Yeah.
Come to Spurs?
Yeah, we should have been on it.
Huh? Gordon will come to
when
us.
When he was at Everton, yeah.
Oh, you mean when he was at Everton?
Now? Oh, why would he not come to us now?
You think we can snatch Newcastle's chain?
Why would he not be interested?
Because that's Saudi money still there.
Hey, you got to do rivals. You got to do rivals, bro.
But yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking at it. No, I'm saying it from the point of view of like, when you have an undervalued asset, yeah, that's when the time to move for it is. So if Spurs had gone to Newcastle and said it is 65, 70 for Gordon, off the season he'd had where he dropped off a little bit.
But
I think he might have been more. What?
He won the cup. Remember, he's won the cup, and he's in champs already.
Remember, he was suspended for the game because he stupidly got sent off.
Yeah, so what does that mean? Why would that make him want to come to Spurs then?
I was just flinging mud, hoping
I like the idea.
You got me quite passive. I wasn't expecting you to put up some resistance there. That was not really.
Sorry. This was the time, man. This
I normally I normally let it slide, innit?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Now all of a sudden he's like, bowing up. What do you mean by that? Fucking hell,
I did a bit of chest today. Like, a bit gas. Yeah, no, but I don't know. Gordon, I can't see that we're going through it realistically. Like Rodrigo, I'm sorry guys, I can't see that one. Leao, he's got no Champs League in it, and like, if not Leao, and I'm still asking who in it, because if fans tell me Garnacho over Leao, I'm saying, brother, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't. The left wing market isn't great, but if we could get Leao, how much would he want on a contract?
I don't know. The guy I was gonna say was the guy from PSV, but he's gone over to Porto now, isn't it? What's his name?
Marseille.
The Brazilian, Marseille. Sorry, the Brazilian kid, isn't it? That's his name, Mikatadze from Lyon. But like we said before, the owner is in the back pocket of the Nottingham Forest owner, isn't it? Them men are doing, and Forest don't like us.
The Forest.
They don't like us, so I don't know if we can get that one over the line. You know what I'm saying? Them men are just double team and pause.
Yeah, Leao. If Leao for 65 million, I'm down fully. Like,
but if it says 80 million, are you going that far?
I mean, I do 70 million plus 200 plus a week. Because I was happy to do 65 million for Semenyo, who's basically like his Semenyo would have been a great signing.
Listen, I'll take Semenyo for 70. I know you're overpaying.
I'd probably at gunpoint pay it. Because the thing is that we should have just got Semenyo and Kudus at the same time.
Yeah, that's what we should have done. A double bomber. Yeah.
Well, we've tried. No, stop. We've tried this whole double bomber thing before. It doesn't work.
Hey, listen. Next time we get a player, can we pay over the release clause, please? Because
people say that, but it's like you don't go into a shop and say, "How much is this chocolate bar? £1." Well, here's £1.10.
No, but what I mean is
no. That's different. It depends though. So say you're gonna go.
Right? No, that's the chocolate bar release clause. That releases the chocolate bar from that shop.
No. But this is how it works. This is how a release. So you go into you're in a car showroom. The car says it is 17 grand, right? But you don't have the 17 grand to pay off there and then.
Yeah.
So to hit the release clause, you have to go do a PCP or a thing, but you're going to pay more than what the actual car's worth because you're going to have to pay interest on it. So if Spurs went in for a lot more, they'd be able to negotiate a better deal of payment terms, and that's how different it is.
Wait, go on.
I was just going to say, what if I told Bossman I'll be back next week? But carry on.
No, I was going to segue.
Test drive.
Quick, yeah. I just want to know what happened. Why go on for Jonathan David?
You ain't gone Juve?
Is he gone? Is it done?
I thought he had his medical.
I feel like it's done.
I feel like he had his medical.
So does that mean that either Vlahovic or...
Well, he's the one. Yeah.
They want Vlahovic out.
Yeah, they want Vlahovic out. And Moani, they want Moani though. They want Moani.
They want Moani back.
But do you think Spurs could rival Juventus for Moani or not?
No, because he's already said no.
Yeah, he don't want us. He don't
He
want
don't
us.
want us.
But
He's
so, all
not.
right, cool. If we go for Vlahovic, for example, do we pivot to a front two up top?
The fuck are you
No.
talking about here?
Solanke gets benched, man.
Fuck are we doing with Vlahovic? Like, I mean, I don't mind it. Like, listen, I'm
Go on.
just saying this from the point of view of like, listen, we spent 60. You know what's funny? When we bought Solanke, I never said this before, but when I saw them buy Even Nielsen for like 40, I was like, well, why didn't we just buy Even Nielsen?
Do you know what? It's really weird. I said the same thing.
Yeah, I said the same. I was just like, I never said it out loud because I didn't want to be like negative. I was like, why not buy Even Nielsen? Fuck, why don't we just buy Even Nielsen for 40?
Yeah, I was like, how have they ended up probably getting a better deal out of this than we have?
Did Even Nielsen outscore him in the Prem last season, or was it the same, or what?
Because even Nelson got injured, didn't he?
Shit. What's it?
Yeah, he did. I think he did. I think you're right.
I think he did because I was having a bet with Mitch at the time with even Nilsson and Mateta, but even Nilsson got injured at the wrong time.
The thing about Vlahovic, yeah, which worries me, is he scores bare penalties. You know, do you know that? Bare penalties. If you look at his goals, yeah, look at his non. If you can find
Yeah,
his
but if you got Kudus and Tell, it's fine, isn't it? They'll get bare penalties for him.
yeah.
True.
Right, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, that's what I got to say, man. You got anything else, bro?
No, I want to make sure everyone tunes into Rivals tomorrow because it sounds like it's gonna be epic.
Hey, brother, we'll see in it. Rivals are definitely on tomorrow, guys. So yeah, make sure you tune in. We got a couple spicy Newcastle fans. We are obviously playing Arsenal
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday tomorrow. So yeah, there's going to be a few talking points, a few punches had in it. But we'll see. Oh yeah, we were linked to Sole. Or how'd you say it? Sole. Yeah, Sole.
Sule.
Sule. We were linked to him, and he's very similar to Nico Paz, who plays for Fabregas's team, innit?
Oh, Coma.
I think they're both better than McAtee, in my
Is
opinion.
Fabregas gone yet, or is he still?
I think he's still there.
He's still Coma.
Yeah,
Because I know who was trying to get him as manager, but they said that. Was it Inter? Yeah, and it was Inter's CEO or something who worked for Como saying no, this didn't make sense.
Yeah. Like, yo, he owns the club. Where's he going?
Yeah.
Hey, Doggy though, is that the same leg that he got injured on last time?
But he's not out for 4 months though. Apparently,
He's not out for 4 months.
he's not out for 4 months. He's put out a social media Instagram saying 4 months with laughing emoji.
Oh, okay, mock him.
Yeah, saying 4 months or fake or something. So he's not out for 4 months. So he should be okay. It's only a knock. Mm-hmm. Whether he'll be back pre-season, I don't
know. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, cool, man. Well, that's the only thing I've got to say. I don't know if there's any other news that I've missed, but
Sean, big up to Sean, and as always, we always got put out on the screen when Sean comes on. But big up, Sean. But yeah, I think where was we at? Who was you talking about? I've lost my.
Yeah, no. Other than that, Mainu was a light rumor, but
Mainu was a light rumor.
It's not happening though. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
I can't see Mainu coming. But would you take him? Would you take him? Would you take Mainu?
Mate, at this present moment, I just want a new book. I want a new shiny toy. I don't care if it's half damaged. The thing is, like I said, the problem I have with Man United players is they come with baggage, and for me with Man United players, I think they're better off going abroad than staying in the Premier League. Even though Rashford had a good loan to begin with, but he faded. Where Anthony was good for Real Betis for the majority of the season. So, and Sancho was better at Dortmund than he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So you start to see patterns with this. I reckon Højlund will be another one. Go somewhere else and he'll do bits.
The pressure's too much. The environment's too toxic.
Yeah.
It's broken.
So so I'm not sure about Mainu right now. Like,
what do you think? You think the men are gonna flop then? Cunha and what's his face, and Mbumo?
It depends on the mentality of that club, man. Because that's what's holding them back. It's the mentality now at the club that I think is really holding them. Because they've got good players. Like Man United have good players, but because of the way it is mentally at that club and the pressure, I think a lot of them players can't handle it.
Bun them anyway. Hey, Harvey Elliott, I didn't hear your thoughts on them. Would you take him?
No, he's a good player. I just don't think he's what we need right now.
Yeah. There's not many needle movers about now, is there?
No, that's the problem. And do you know what?
Get a medium
I've got Savra in my head for some reason, going Harvey Elliott. Why are you not taking him? And I'm looking at it going, you know what? He's probably right in that sense. Where why am I not taking Harvey Elliott? And he's better than probably what we've got. But again, for Liverpool, he was in and out of the team. For the under-21s, he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
He was absolutely game changer.
Yeah.
But I just think, I don't know. Because for me, it's the mentality of coming to Spurs as well. You've got to be strong.
You do.
And you've got to be able to be on your own 2 feet. And you basically have to have Tell's personality.
Yeah. It's a weird one because we're like, we've got the big six mentality as fans, isn't it? Like we think we're a Champions League side. You know what I'm saying? We've been here before and we've got those type of kahunas, but at the same time, out of the big six, we've underperformed, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So you've got different spectrums of the fan base.
I think this is it. Elliott's just unlikable.
Yeah. But I'll just talk about football side.
Yeah.
I know about all of the rest of it, but just like on football. Well, obviously, I did watch the under-21s and he's ran through the team. He ran through a couple of men and scored a
brilliant
goal.
for the under-21s. He was absolutely
that
brilliant.
level, like I don't know. It's funny because when I was watching,
I didn't see that for him enough for Liverpool last year, and he was in a winning side.
Yeah.
But he was still a good player. But I don't know.
You know what it is? I tell you what it is with Elliott as a football perspective. From when I looked at him, he's not a player because he's not a winger. He's not good 1v1. Do you understand? Yeah. So he's not dynamic in terms of explosive. Like Garnacho could leave a man. Yeah. Elliott can't do that. Elliott's more a link player, pass, more vision, kind of good feet, quick upstairs, runs onto things. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and he's not mad technical, but he's got an eye for a pass. And he's got a good first-time pass on him as well.
Yeah.
And he plays in that kind of pocket, that half space. And his shot, that's what it is. His shooting's wicked. Shooting's top level. Passing as well, decent, like as in terms of like splitting the team. And you know what? Every Liverpool fan I speak to, they all rate him. That's one thing I'll say. I've never heard a Liverpool fan say like, I don't rate Elliott. And they all want to say like, he needs a move, he needs to play. But I do remember this energy with a certain player from Arsenal that went to Fulham called Smith Rowe.
Oh, true.
I knew Arsenal fans were raving about, he needs to move. I hope he does well. I don't know if he's done it at Fulham.
He had a good start, didn't he?
He's been a bit of a flop. He's been a bit of a flop, really.
I think so, yeah. I'd be real if he's been a bit of a flop. And he's injury prone. You know what I mean?
He's always been injury.
I think knowing
injured at Arsenal, injured at Fulham.
I'm not ITK, but I know people that know people that know people. And he's not
So you work for the Sun now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me be honest. I've started tapping phones, boys. So basically I'm saying that that the people that know people, he's not a good pro. Like he's out a lot, his diet's not good, etc.
Oh, Smith Rowe, quite a massive. Yeah.
Smith Rowe, always out in Central,
100%.
like having big nights out. Do you know what I mean? Like indulgent. So Scotty. So it's like it's one of those where I'm like Scott. So it's one of those where it's like the different. I think Elliott's a much better pro than him. Obviously, Elliott had a big under-21 tournament. I agree with you. Under-21 is kind of a fugazi tournament. I feel like the last one I actually rated was the one that
with was in
and that German team. So
okay.
So it's a bit like for me.
Did he go Bayern Munich? That guy?
Pardon?
The guy that played for Germany, did he end up going Bayern Munich?
No, he didn't. You know,
no,
they wanted 100 mil for him. Stuttgart player, yeah, they wanted 100 mil for him.
But being logical, it's like if you've just seen Ekatike, I think Walter May got what 10 goals last season.
10 goals, yeah.
10 goals, yeah.
9, in that tournament, he got about 9.
No, but in Bundesliga last season, he got double figures. So if you've just seen Ekatike go for like 70+ million pounds, then you're not going to sell your guy for less than 60.
Yeah, but Ekitike went for 69 million. Oh, yeah, it's the euros, isn't it? So he went to 69 million pounds, isn't it, sterling? I'm just trying to think. Because he wants to leave. He come out and said it. He wants to
Has
leave.
he?
Yeah,
Said that? I haven't seen him
that's
say
what I
that.
read. That's what I read.
Yeah, that's because your sources are fucking fajitas.com. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what you've been reading.
I don't know, man. But look, they pulled out the race. But look, I don't. Would you if he came available? Is that a play you'd like? You would take for Spurs? You got fortune cookies. Who you eating?
Bro, I need a refund. My chicken, yeah. Last chicken.
You're such a some stereotypes, man.
Bro, I'm
True,
not
innit?
listening to you.
Some stereotypes are true.
Bro,
It's a good stereotype. We like.
bro, that's meant to be fried chicken, bro. Bro, I'm gonna need to go to the dentist tomorrow. Fuck me.
Bro, with all these people watching, and he decides to eat chicken.
All we need is some watermelon. Hey,
chicken, not fucking watermelon. Fuck.
I don't want to say more. I like.
Sorry,
chicken.
people. The views of Jay is solely his own and not of Spurs Kings TV.
Well, I like chicken. No, okay. No, well, because I'm black, I like chicken. White people like chicken. You know what? Yeah, this is an excellent opportunity for us to wrap up the show.
I don't like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight.
Big thank you to Steve Reynolds for the super chat as well. Big up. Thank you. Everything helps this channel. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to Sean as well for the raid, as well, and everyone that is still.
Come earlier, man. You lot come late, man.
Yeah, man. You need to watch half of it.
We're sorry, guys. We've actually been in very good form this evening. You missed out.
I know. Listen. We need to clip the Abbott bit because I'm really proud about that Abbott bit.
Yeah,
Abbott clip.
But apparently, we missed out on box office versus James on Spurs Talk Show. Big argument. So we'll have to go watch that back.
Box office in who?
Is it James? Not
Flower.
James.
Flower.
James Flower. Yeah, James Flower.
Oh, nice.
Having a round one on Sean's channel. So go look for that afterwards.
Yeah, we'll go watch that in a second.
Yeah, but make sure you like and subscribe.
We are 45 away from the dreaded or the brilliant 4,000. So anyone, please, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, but I don't want you to subscribe if you're not on it. If you're not
listen, beggars can't be choosers. We need that subscription.
Nah, man, because what they will do is they will come and leave, bro, or they won't watch the thing, bro.
What to share?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Listen,
I don't want the crazy followers, man.
Guys, subscribe so we can get more adverts, so we can get Ash the therapy he needs and the closure that he's looking for.
But yeah, big up to Steve Reynolds again for the super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
But yeah, so Rivals tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I'm on Last Word on Thursday for the Arsenal review.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. I shall be watching.
I noticed he started shouting randomly about Levy. I wondered where you got that from.
That's always been me. I just haven't.
That's me.
No,
I look to the chat as well, man.
Oh look, speak of the devil.
So about that,
Oh, Jay, you want to revisit?
Yeah, Yeah, love the work. Love the work. Love the work.
You know, there's celebrations there. There's celebrations there, boy.
I know, two of the man. It's just like Tottenham, they can't afford the real superstar, so they have to ride inside the B and C options.
Hey, watch your mouth, son. Yeah, watch your mouth. Not on my show. Ashmatic Analysis. All good.
All fun and games. So you're back. Are you doing anything at the weekend? Are you releasing any videos? Are you gonna have a video for me this week?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Easy.
I want a video, man.
I'm working. You know what? I did a couple videos in here. So guys, if you want to watch those videos, I think they were A1 personally.
I'll get them out. All right.
Yeah. I you know what? I might look for a DM, innit, you know. Actually, no, not a DM.
Are you patroning?
A left winger.
Any
Sorry.
of this?
A left winger. Huh?
Are you patroning any of this?
What do you mean patrolling?
Patron.
Oh, the tequila, yeah.
No,
Patron.
I meant putting your content behind a paywall, but that too, that also that as well.
No, so I remember. So
one in my room.
If you remember, you get 48 hours exclusive rights to see it.
Okay, nice.
And then we release.
Sounds like Gibbs White's release clause. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, members get a lot of love.
Do I have to guess how much it is? And if I don't get it right, I get rescinded access.
Hey, well, Roche wants a left back video. He wants left back.
Left back.
I already done Loco. For those
left
who remember.
back video.
I did Loco.
We'll do it again.
Bring Loco back.
Yeah, bring Loco back. Bring some more by the new left back.
But I was gonna do a left winger. I was gonna do a left winger.
Watch along for the Chinese North London derby. Is it Korean? That's a bit that
mantelpiece.
I
do you know who we didn't even talk about? The centre back.
Oh, Vlahovic.
No,
Vuskovic.
No, the other guy, the guy we signed from Japan.
Oh, Takai.
Takai. I always, him. We never spoke about him.
Now, but Vuskovic though was looking silky on the ball, but defensively, I still have a few questions.
Yeah, but he questioned his own ability, didn't he? So
yeah, I just want to.
When he said he's not ready for the Premier League.
Is that what he came out and said?
Yeah, when he was talking to Jim.
Oh.
When he done also Spurs, because I think he said there's certain parts of his game he needs to improve on.
But Frank likes him.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Frank likes him. He might forget. There were certain times like he was controlling the ball in the air, bringing it down, and he was under pressure, and he got it out of his feet and still made a pass to a player. Do you understand? Like, some players panic and they hoof it. He was like controlling it on his chest, bringing it down, and he did it more than once. And I was like, all right, defensively, there's still work to be done, but on the ball, when he's like getting into that kind of midfield, that midfield area, like where the halfway line is, he's stepping into that area and he's able to carry it and like look comfortable. I said, yeah, you know what? He looks ready. Him and Romero together, I said, can work. But I still don't like Romero on the left. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that note, love you and leave you to the audience. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Hey, Jay, don't go anywhere, Jay, stay behind stage, man.
But yeah, back tomorrow as always. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Peace. Love.